딸, 오늘 한 가지
해결사.
Hello. I hope everybody's doing well today. I am sleepy, but I am good. Good, but I am sleepy. I had a nice, peaceful little morning chatting with a friend about how dog shit Diablo 4 is. And, playing some Legacy Console Edition 7 Days to Die. That game is this game is so goofy. The old version of that game is just such a silly little experience. I'm so glad I got the physical copy. Speaking of which, horrible fucking news, cuz you know, the PlayStation news and Xbox news shortly after the Grand Theft Auto 6 news. No more physical discs for games. So I'm like, I've already been kind of like building a small little, I don't know if you can see it behind me. I've been building a small little library, but one of my besties, he's been building a Xbox video game, like physical copy library for, I don't know, the last like 15 years or so. And I'm kind of I always told him like, oh, just, you know, it takes up way too much space. I don't have any space for this stuff, and I've moved so many times, you know, moving it all around, lugging it all around is such a big pain in the asshole. But genuinely at this point, I kind of like, I wish that I had just kept all of my physical copies, and I wish I had bought more. But alas, one doesn't simply know the future, so it is what it is. We're gonna dive right back into Ricardo and his hair coupons. Last time he basically mopped the floor with us. Like he has that one ability called my coupons, and it seems like if you don't do anything about the actual like hair coupons, like if you don't directly counter that ability, I think you're just fucked. Like I don't know what exactly I could possibly do. I don't know what exactly I could do to counteract that, but it does appear to me to be something of a problem, if you will. He rolled like a 38, I think, I don't think I have anything that goes that high. So I'm not sure what to do. I'm kind of thinking that it might be possible to do something along the lines of that guy just rolled up flip literally all of his coins. I think it might be possible to have, I don't know, like I think some of the abilities that my Otis can do apply paralyze. And I think it might be possible to hit him with a paralyze, but he's been popping Mama Otis with paralyze, and that puts a hamper on my on the things that I can do. Like, it makes it a bit more difficult to function if he's going to paralyze my characters. We're at level and we've got decent IDs, so I guess what I'm kind of thinking, like, is there's one of two possibilities, right? Like, there's a puzzle here that I need to solve, or there's not a puzzle here, and we're supposed to lose this fight. We haven't seen that anywhere else in this game, with the exception of the intro fight, where like you're supposed to lose. So the only thing that I can assume is that this is a puzzle that we have to figure out. There we go. I was getting kind of an echo because I realized that my my bit rate is perfectly fine and I haven't been missing any frames from rendering lag or whatever. So I'm just like I was using my capture card application, which gives me like direct access to my PC while I'm playing the game also. And I haven't had any lag with it the last couple of times I've played. Maybe it's Limbus that's doing it. Maybe something else going on in the background is making things run smoother. But so far as I've been able to tell, I haven't lost any quality, but I've been functioning perfectly fine with this. CPU usage sitting at like 53%. Honestly, whenever I like first started streaming, I think my my graphics card was cooked. Like it was not the actual graphics card itself, but it was the thermal paste had dried out and lost contact. So I needed to take apart my GPU, and I redid the thermal paste, and I redid the thermal pads as well. Because, well, I mean, why not? If you're gonna open up the fucking graphics card and clean it out, you might as well redo the thermal paste as well. And this graphics card is fucking ancient. It, like, I was still playing World of Warcraft whenever I got this graphics card, so it's over 10 years old. $21. That's pretty high. It's pretty good. Uh-oh. We got paralyzed there. That's not good. Three? Oh, she's paralyzed. She must be. I found it a little strange that the big brother would sit in the back and let the little brothers just come in waves and get killed. Seems a bit strange. Alright, here we go. 30 to 72. Why is it 30 to 72? And this is on hit, inflict 3 paralyzed next turn. So these first 2 attacks are incredibly important to beat. And that's unopposed because we literally cannot... He rolled a 6 for speed on all of these. So all of these attacks are going to hit who he's targeting if we can't intercept. So he's got 2 coming in here. That means one of these needs to be intercepted by Ryoshin, who in this case is favored. That's hopeless. But this one's favored. Well, we're at 4 to 16. But Ryoshin's been rolling pretty well. We'll take favored. We'll take favored here. And this one's unopposed. We're gonna let that one go unopposed. This other one is coming at Rodion, who can get dominating there. Okay, so we'll take the dominating. So hopefully we will have parried all of his attacks. Now it's just about defending against these 2 bozos' attacks. Now the tricky bit here is like I don't really want to kill them. But both of these guys, like, I don't think I even have anybody who... Well, so we've got basic defenses here that we could do. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna have to... Oh, shit. It's not good. Ryoshin just lost all 3 of those clashes. So she's paralyzed for next turn. Are we seriously fucking losing when we're, like, dominating? I don't get it. There's gotta be some calculation here that's, like... not actually taking place. I love Rodion's the only one who was like, yeah, no, you lose. Yeah, that's super annoying. Cringeworthy even, one might say. Okay. So, let's see. Combat start, apply 1 attack power up to all allies. Combat start, inflict 2 attack power down to enemies with the least 2 enemies with the least SP. Okay. And then we've got 4 attacks rolling out from this team. 317, 517. So that's dominating. Ryoshin is going to definitely lose her clash. So we're going to do a defense. And then we're dominating there and neutral there. Maybe with her we do a defensive maneuver. God damn. A 2 for defensive skills? Well, I'm glad Ish was able to pull off her coin flips because that guy was tying at 18 with almost all of the attacks. Some tricky shit. So here comes Watch Your Back. If we click win rate, what are we looking at here? We've got 2 hopelesses. We're favored and dominating with her. Do we have... Okay, we do not have any paralyzed, so it's very likely that she'll win those. For these two attacks, I think we're going to need to use Ego. Still hopeless even with Ego. Well, if we do defensive, how about that? And then we'll try doing Ego with this one. Still hopeless. What is that? 18 to 30. Holy shit. Yikes. Big yikes. 18 to 30. This one is, it is possible, but it says hopeless. I think it says hopeless for a reason. If he flips heads up, we lose. So it's like there's no situation where he'd have to flip heads down twice, or he'd have to flip tails twice. So yeah, that's not gonna work. So we're gonna do unopposed attacks here, and then we're gonna have this defensive and this defensive absorb these two attacks. And it's gonna suck. I think it's just gonna suck. I don't think there's really I don't think there's a way around it. But then after this, he's gonna do hair coupons, which is gonna suck even more. That's, holy shit, girl. That's a lot of damage. 378 damage. All right, we almost got him staggered. Past his first damage, his first HP threshold. Yeah, we got it. We got him definitely past his first threshold. And he's staggered. Fuck yeah. All right. Now it's time to let Mama Otis cook, right? So I think we take our highest damage dealing characters and fling them against him, and then we have everybody else kind of intercept. So we've got 2 intercept abilities that we can play here to pick up those guys, and we're gonna pump more damage into him and see. I mean, like, we're gonna cross our fingers. We're gonna hope. This is super heavy damage. I'll get you like a fish. We've got 15 stacks of burn on him, and 3 stacks of 15 strength burn, 7 stacks of 19 strength bleed. Very close to his next stagger threshold, but we didn't quite make it. So he's back into defensive mode, but he's 12 stacks of 25 strength bleed, 6 stacks of 26 strength burn. The main strategy that I've kind of been going with here is like going out of my way to not kill. Oh, we have Levitine. So we've got, I guess the sword is unsealed. Who's paralyzed? Looks like Rodian's paralyzed. And Ishi's got 2 stacks of paralyze on her. Okay, so I think we need to do a defensive skill over here to try to avoid this guy dying, because I don't want any of his buddies to die. Because if his buddies die, it's going to cause problems for us. He gets special buffs if his friends die. Rodian can absorb some damage here. And then we just have Ishi left over. Oh no, we got our boy Hong Lu is free as well. Alright, here we go. Just piling in more stacks of damage. I've never seen this Levitine ability. This will be the first time I've ever seen it. We're doing 0 damage. I don't know why. Yeah, we are doing 0 damage to him. Enough games? Oh, he's cheating. He's he just kills me in a cutscene. Okay, that's cool. Okay, but I did the thing, right? Like I fought him, and I think if I wasn't doing 0 fucking damage to him, I'm pretty sure that I could have killed this bozo. Oh man, Otis completely went apeshit. Did like 500 damage to him in a single turn. You regenerate like nothing happened. Unlike my hairdo, which should have received its rightful care that day, and will never recover. Can my clock even make a difference against someone so overwhelmingly powerful? No, he cheated, okay? He cheated. In this context, it's not even funny because, like, he's beatable. I could have easily beaten Ricardo. My legs began to shake. Strategy, resurrections, it all seemed completely meaningless against this onslaught. Chill, Dante, chill. Did we just watch the same fight? Dante. Faust's voice calling my name. Faust's voice calling my name has never sounded more hollow. Speak, Faust. You must come up with a new plan. My bodily functions will cease again in a matter of moments. This may be my last meaningful advice to you. And sooner or later, that man from the middle will come for you. What? The involvement of an individual affiliated with the middle should not have happened. It will not matter how many times you turn the clock. That man will crush your clock as soon as he tires of inventing different ways of killing Heathcliff. There's a button on the back of your head. Tap it. Times. Hold it. Times. I've grown accustomed to total annihilation. We've had plenty on our journey here. The sinners always gave their lives to learn our enemy's weaknesses or patterns, while I worked out a strategy from the rear. And the answer would always be somewhere within our reach. Slowly but surely, we'd figured out the answer. And for that promise of an answer, the sinners rose again. But this time was, once you have completed the sequence, you have 30 seconds before the charge in your head explodes. What? In other words, you can self-detonate. That is our last resort, an emergency preventative measure to stop our enemies from getting their hands on the golden dust. While the explosion radius may be small, the heat and the force it generates are powerful enough to melt even the stars of a city. It should be effective enough to cremate the golden bows as well. What about Virgilius? He said he'd come help before my head. It seems that you now have the full understanding of our predicament. We have no way of relaying our present situation to him. Even if he did learn of our troubles, he has no means to reach us within the next 2 hours. What about the sinners? When I'm gone, you guys are... I'm well aware of the consequences. My world will meet its end here. That is why this is your last resort. I could keep running away. I'll take the boat and try to stay alive until the laws of the lake lets Virgilius cross the borders. And there's a chance, yes, but it is incredibly slim. This was the second time after Siegfried, the overwhelming sense of dread, so overwhelming that it breaks even our fighting spirits. The incident with Siegfried was humiliating, but he wasn't there to obliterate us. He was just there to teach us a lesson. But this man, he's not going to stop until he's completely broken every sinner's will, until he's satisfied, until the humiliation, the middle face, is recuperated, he will kill. Even though this may be the end of the LCB, the world, no. Limbus Company must continue to exist, Dante. You must make a judgment call. Look what we have here. I've torn you to pieces, yet with burning eyes you still attempt to rise. We can't. Not here. Not like this. Tick-tock and bring back the dead, huh? What a world we live in. Is that kind of tech even allowed in the city, though? Guess I'll go ask the Great Sister once I get back. Ishmael, we can't win. I'm sure Ishmael knew that better than anyone. I couldn't bring myself to tell her the same thing. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a little bit irritated. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a bit cranky. And you know why I'm a bit cranky? Because I fucking beat him. I kicked his ass. and they of course it's scripted to lose, but I don't like how they're describing this like we got completely annihilated. We got completely annihilated in a cutscene. Up until that point, Ricky Ricardo was getting his ass beat. This is just, that's all I'll say about it. I'm sure Ishmael knew that better than anyone. I couldn't bring myself to her. I couldn't bring myself to tell her the same thing. Shut up. Stop fucking around and do your job. Give it another try, why don't you? Bring me back again. Ishmael and I were nothing more than entertainment to him. With every turn of the clock, with every revival, he howled with laughter and clapped with joy. In my headcanon, I beat his ass. He got his ass beat. Good, good. You nicked my sunglasses. Too bad you'll have to try again. Damn it. I didn't face all those waves just to... As long as I can keep trying, I can... The mist thickens. It expands, devouring everything, our futures, our hopes, and any slim chance of victory we had. And so does the fog of my sight, of my mind. Will this continue until either Ishmael gives up, or until he gets tired of this little game, until he simply walks over and crushes my clock? Could Virgilius piece my shattered clock back? Is that even possible? If I did as Faust told me to and blew up my head, not even a shred of me would be. Your repertoire's starting to get old. How about we just zoom right past that into the main event? I call this clock bashing. No, Dante, run! Get out of here! That clock fella's got to be someone so very precious to you, hmm? Just look at her hanging onto my leg after all that beating. Not the manager, no! Not Dante! Not Dante! Should I press the button? Is that really going to be my last ever thought? There was a distant sound, like an answer to my question. That solemn sound told clearly through the blinding fog. It was a skiff. One much smaller, much more modest than ours. From beyond the misty veil, the skiff slowly glided across the water in our direction. On it was a solitary figure, holding an oar. A giant harpoon was attached to the bow of the ship. But why? The big brother of the middle, who could probably break that puny skiff in half with his bare hands, stares at it in stunned silence. It became clear that the skiff didn't float here by accident. When the figure on the boat began gently rowing in our direction, through the mist, we saw something flash atop the skiff. The figure hurled something in our general direction. It flew so fast no human eye could catch it. I didn't even have the time to register that something was thrown before I noticed that something was piercing the big brother's left shoulder. Then a powerful shockwave, far mightier than anything the pirates had fired earlier, struck us. The air itself quaked. It was not a distance that most people would even think about jumping across, but the figure leaped over from the skiff to the lobotomy corp branch gracefully and with agility. The man from the middle, who so far had appeared unassailable, stumbled and fell to his knees. His shoulder was skewered. You! That's when I finally noticed that what the figure had thrown was a harpoon too immense to be thrown by a mere person, let alone at such blinding speed. The hooded figure's arm was wreathed in a familiar light. You old geezer. Thought you were out there, fishing. What? You think you're some hot shit now that they made you a color, just because you hunted the marlin whale? Are you challenging the middle to a hunt like we're some whale? That's it? You're not the kind of idiot that would attack me without knowing the consequences. The middle is no different from a whale, hmm? But that's not why I'm here. I'm just after a fish that got away. Of course you are. I'm sure there's no need for me to remind you that the middle never forgets. Feel free to write me down in the remaining margins of that nasty little book if you wish. The old man tugs the harpoon lodged in the big brother's shoulder. The big brother tried to hold his ground against the harpoon's pull until there was a crunch. Those that do not bend, break. The harpoon tore off his entire shoulder with it. It was a force that would have turned most people into tattered meat. Not bad. Would you like to give it another try? Fine, fine, I'll leave for now, but don't you forget. The middle remembers. It doesn't matter what I did here, the middle will remember everyone and everything that dared to turn their back on it. And the middle always pays its debts, in whichever form. Ishmael and I had no choice but to watch in silent awe as the old man approached us. The harpoon was still in his hand, as if he wished to strike us with it. He could never hope to get out of He could never hope to get out of its way. We could never hope to get out of its way. I'm looking for the fish that consumed this structure. Are you two also here to fish? I'm your Huckleberry. The Indigo Elder. Another color. This was unexpected of you, Faust. For you, of all sinners, to be the one to bring aboard a big shot to our humble abode. You have any idea how many times that prick killed us? The least you could do is... Yes, that reminds me. I'll have to reopen my personal consultation hours for a certain kleptomaniac among us. Virgilius's obvious discontent at the involvement of an outsider didn't seem to bother Faust. I considered him indispensable to the completion of this mission. And why is that? Because I'm the only one who can hunt that pallid whale. Of course you are, the Indigo Elder. Indigo? He is a color? Thou means to say that I am, at this very moment, sharing a space with not one, but 2 color fixers? I heard that you were wandering the Great Lake to hunt its whales. Last I heard, you hunted one of the 5 calamities, the all-impaling marlin whale. The old man grunted. It was neither a confirmation nor a denial, but that was the way the old man was. Everyone understood that. All circumstantial evidence suggests that the golden bow was devoured by the whale stranded at the Great Lake. Yet that very same pallid whale of the 5 calamities, normally observed in the outskirts. Of course, that's how these things always tend to flow. We've wasted much time, so I'll be blunt. I wish to hunt the pallid whale. And yes, and time's all we have. Moreover, we know where the whale is headed, and I am certain that you have spent a significant amount of time observing and learning that whale to hunt it. I've got a plan, and I'll do anything to make it work, even if you want me there only as bait. And this is how we'll do it. The crowd fell silent when Ishmael finished explaining her plan. You're mad. And that thrasher's finally set you off the deep end. I'm just going there for my mission, and the golden bow just happens to be in the same direction. I'll leave it up to you, well, to the manager, since their decision matters the most. This company, me, we're both just trying to find a way to reach our goals. That's all this is. Besides, does anyone have a better idea? No, can't agree to that. We're making a mistake by even entertaining that balmy idea. I must ask you one thing. Will you join us to fish, Red? The Indigo Elder suddenly broke his silence with a question. I'm not experienced or particularly skilled at hunting marine life, but I have other more important concerns that prevent me from joining. So no, unless the worst comes to pass, I will not take part. The old man rose from his seat and walked off as though he was about to leave. Wait a moment. We don't need the guide. With a proper plan, we are more than capable of completing this mission. To give up so quickly is... I never said I am. This loud, screaming ship won't do on our hunt for the pallid whale. Screaming? I didn't think Mephistopheles was that loud. To hunt it, the boat must remain near and covert. A narrow and sturdy boat is what we need. Huh? So all you needed to hear was that Virgilius wasn't going to help out? Why? Right, this could go much smoother if Virgie was with us. We could prepare a boat that fits your specification should you request it. That's all right. I'll sail on my own skiff. That old dinghy, that whale could split it in 2 with a light wag of its tail. No, that skiff. It may not look like much, but it's extremely durable. I see that X-Corp's ally have been used in its construction. That could not have been an easy ingredient to come by. Oh, another benefit of having a color bestowed upon me. Then I have heard a tale of... Instead of entertaining that bombardment of questions, he approached me. I noticed in the earlier scuffle that clock seemed to have been you and your crew's lifeline. I know not how it works, but I presume it is a singularity of sorts. It will not work against the whale. So start now. Get used to the idea that not everything can be brought back. Why? Why did you accept even after Virgilius opted out? It was a question I've been unable to let go. Dante asks why you accepted our request even after Virgilius opted out of it. You asked me the wrong question. I would have denied your request had Red agreed to take part. Let's say that Red joined us. We would together battle the whale in a long and arduous struggle. In the end, the whale would surely go down, taking one of us with it. That is why I would have opted out if Red chose to join us. Because the hunt would no longer be mine. Whatever doth now mean? Thy intentions elude me. I mean that I would not be able to test the limits. The limits? What are you even talking about? Look, to hunt that whale, we have to prepare with everything we have, and out of fear, humans drew borders even to the outskirts that lie beyond the city's limits. Beyond it are the stars that lie beyond the edge of understanding, beyond even the concept of fear itself. But I'm a fisherman seeking to cross the borders and challenge that very understanding. Are you talking about what lies beyond the outskirts? Its outreaches? The whale that devours everything. It brings nothing but calamity. How could you? And? So you've been a prey once, sailor. Countless lakes here also devour, summon calamities. If you find yourself at a crossroads, if you find that your life is worth nothing in the face of what lies before you, recall this conversation. I'm no good with advice, never was. Still, I thought I'd part a few words. As a fellow seafarer, suppose I felt a bit of kinship. As per the old man's directions, we rode on the skiff prepared on Mephistopheles. I saw Ishmael moments before boarding the skiff on Mephistopheles. This was Ishmael's plan, but I had no way of knowing what she was really thinking. I had an inkling, yes, and so far I've been going along with those vague guesses that led to disasters. So I had to ask her myself, Ishmael, what do you really want? What I really want? I see another vision of Ishmael. She was hiding it well from the other sinners in Virgilius, but I could clearly see what she really wanted. Her true desire was to rip the guts out of the former captain. Ishmael, you... She was lifting a body from the waters, a body that was torn asunder, shattered bones, strips of muscle tissue, flesh. Ishmael trembled with elation before what looked like the captain's mutilated corpse. What? Come on, let's get going. She wants revenge. As we discussed earlier, we took a different route from the Indigo Elder. We were to first arrive at separate destinations for our plan. Something floating over there. Not long after we crossed the line where the lake water turned dark gray, we noticed something pale peeking out from the lake. Are those islands? There's a lot of them. They may be reefs. Perhaps that's the lake's challenge, to navigate it while avoiding them to the best of our abilities. Well, they sure do look rocky, but they're too big to be called reefs. Do you sense aught, Dante? We may attempt to discover a path that does not lead into an area cluttered with such obstacles, yet that would require us to hazard a path unknown. It may lead to this plan's ruin. If you could sense even the most general direction of the Golden Bow, please relay it to me. I could use that to approximate its location. I can assure you a degree of accuracy now that we have with us additional data provided by the Indigo Elder. Oh, why couldn't you just be all magic compass to begin with, cockhead? They are able to do this only under the peculiar conditions of the Great Lake, which has very few in the way of obstacles. The urban areas of the city are dense with structures, both high and low, and into the underground. The higher population density also complicates matters, considering that Dante can detect the Golden Bow only in close proximities. Considering that there may be insurmountable obstacles in our way, their sense will not be much help here. There. So they're back to being just your usual clockhead anywhere else? Huh. So that's why I could feel the Golden Bow here, even when it was so far away. I raised my finger and pointed towards the general direction of the vague feeling. Confirmed. We'll turn the ship around in that direction. Ishmael wordlessly steered the ship, according to Faust's words. My goodness. I'm sleepy. We grew ever nearer to the island, or a reef. A heavy silence descended upon the sinners. Oh, until Ishmael gasped with sudden realization. Isn't this lake There was an incomprehensible look on Ishmael's face. Maybe I saw unrestrained joy, the joy of finding something she'd been searching for so long. Such an overwhelming, all-consuming happiness that her facial muscles began to twitch on their own. Maybe I saw extreme fear. The fear in the face of destined, unavoidable horror. The lake's splashing waves hit her trembling face and rolled down her cheeks. Or maybe she was sweating from dread. Ishmael, do you have any new information to share with us? Yeah, here. I know what to do from here. I know exactly what to do. Otis, I can't clearly see what's in front of us from back here. Tell me precisely what you see. Their numbers, their sizes, all of it. Try avoiding the wild currents and find a safe path around these rocks. Understood. Otis nodded emphatically before rising from her seat to gaze at the path ahead. She balanced herself as the ship rocked. About 350 meters ahead, minuscule, plain-patterned, glistening rock. About 500 meters ahead of that is a medium-sized rock. It has a bump on the top that stands out. Continue. And not too far ahead from here is a large island with a rough, porous surface. Oh, upon closer inspection, it's like an archipelago of 3, 4 similar islands. Good. Ishmael began fiddling with the steering gear and the engine's output levers, as though something had clicked in her mind. Good. We've made it past the first rock. Its texture was a bit different from that of a normal rock, wasn't it? G.E. That's not the texture of a rock, or even soil. We just passed the second one. Oi, what's so weird about the texture? I can't see over the big boy and the long one. That there. It's a living, breathing thing. What? Wait, Swabi. Watch where you're steering the ship. We're going to crash into that third rock at this rate. And that's what I'm going to do. Otis, that's where we get off. That rock? That creepy porous rock over there? Oi, feel free to crash into a rock on your own free time, but don't take all of us with you. There's not even a single tree up there, let alone a person. What the bloody hell are we anchoring there for? You gotta screw your head on in a different direction in the Great Lake, Heathcliff. What are you talking about? A loud shock and an ear-splitting sound of the skiff scratching and sliding against something cut Heathcliff off. Do you even know where you're going, woman? Oh yes, she knows. Wait, what white color? That white color, Ishmael. Yeah, those aren't islands or rocks. What we thought were islands suddenly rumbled, vibrating as ground tremors from an earthquake. They're all part of a whale. A colossal creature shudders as it wakes from a long slumber. Well, let's kill it. Gun it down. Mermaids! I'm glad I finally got to see Otis's final sword form, the Levantine. That was really cool. Well, that's a big one. Add one ability and increase size by 25%.
어때 딸? 엄마밖에 없지? 길이 같으니 거들어주지.
맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
God damn. This group of Buster Beans is for some reason doing significantly better than the last group of Buster Beans. I don't know why. They're rolling poorly, but it looks like they get bonuses to their... It looks like they like tails rolls. Like number goes up when they roll tails. I just need Mama Otis to gun them all down. Everything will be fine.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
그럼 끝이다. 내 뒤.
Yikes.
순순히.
단수가 이어졌다면.
I don't think it's going to be an issue long term, but I definitely don't love Ishmael being at minus 30 something SP. That sucks.
킬존이다. 배풍. 찾지 못하리.
Fucking finally, she gets an attack off. Get a teensy bit of SP back. I guess everybody's sinking too, so that probably doesn't help.
찾지 못하리. 합봉창.
But again, it doesn't really matter. Just click through combat. Right, I get it now. All these rocks were actually whales, and I get it, mermaids pop out of those pools. But I think it's a loony thing that, what are we even drawing an eye at? We could have just gone around and look at it, let off the steam, hankering for a game of whack-a-mole all of a sudden, is that it?
그럴 리가 있나요? 제가 알고 있는 게
Of course
내가
not.
갖고 있는 거는
This is just the only method I know. You better be ready to explain what you're talking about. Heathcliff, furious, wasn't the only sinner looking at Ishmael with expectant eyes. I don't understand. Why? Like, we trusted Ishmael to make a plan. She's formulated the plan, and we're following Ishmael's plan. Ishmael said, get off here, kill these things. You gotta know, she's got something. There were Otis and the other sinners who all looked at her for answers. Ishmael? And I, too, of course.
저도 이걸 진짜
I also didn't think I'd actually be doing this. Well, so there's this legend-like tale. Legend? Each lake of the Great Lake has its own culture, with many wandering and choosing to call those places their homes. So naturally, there are as many tales as there are lakes. But there's that one tale of a certain lake that is passed down orally from sailor to sailor, just like the legends of old. The legend of the gloomy gray lake of wafting and rumbling. Sailors sang the legend of that lake, passing it down for years upon years. Doom, and hew thy veiled path to misty seas. Begloom, and let whales draw their pearls in search of pallid hue. Tomb shall be thy mist path, heeding the weeping whales. Whatever does that mean? It's simple. Hit the poorest whales to wake them, draw out and hunt their mermaids, and the path to the pallid whale should clear of the mist. Do you really believe that? You expect us to just believe that hogwash? Blimey, didn't think I'd ever get to say these words before my deathbed, but are you stupid? Listen, what does waking these whales have anything to do with getting rid of that thick fog? It's got to make even a little bit of sense, no?
피스클리프 씨가 인과관계를 가지고
Heathcliff discusses the correlation between actions and consequences. This truly is a rare experience indeed. Shut up, smart ass. I'm serious. And you think the law that sends waves after us if we don't cross the borders at the exact right moment makes sense? Oh, you think the law that makes us go in circles before reaching our destination, the law that doesn't let us go back the way we came from, makes any sense? I've been telling you this whole time, common sense has no place in the Great Lake. That's just the way this place works, okay? You just have to accept that. Fine, I'll give you that, but they're like the laws of the city, as outlandish as they are, there's still strict laws that can be calculated into those variable coordinates or whatnot. What you're blathering here is some vague old song. Am I supposed to believe something so absurd? Yes, because I've seen it myself. Years ago, when a young, stupid, but motivated sailor boarded the ship, she had the most unfortunate opportunity of witnessing this very legend with her own eyes, because that's how she saw the pallid whale. Heathcliff fell silent, scratching his head. The rest of the sinners also nodded and began whispering. I really don't like you. Well, we really don't like you either, Heathcliff. Fucking Christ. Just shut up. Took the words right out of my mouth. I don't like any of this, but I know that you're not the kind of lass to lie or tell tall tales just to get the upper hand in a pretty squabble. Fine, let's go all the way to the end. I'll keep whacking those ball-like things with this club. I can also accept your explanation, but from now on I would appreciate it if you would share your knowledge with us first before doing anything. I'll try. In a way, I'm relieved that we now have a definite path forward. Yeah, well, what do you say? Let's go find our next whale. Yes, executive manager. All aboard, men. Truly, the ocean mist is splitting as though a blade has hewn it in half. Once we eliminated the mermaids of the last whale, signaled out by Ishmael, the fog slowly began to fade. Behind it was a different lake, beyond the gray sea. Finally. A pallid whale too. The weather there is quite hostile. Merceau was right. The lake beyond the borders was nigh pitch black, the waves crested tall, rising and crashing violently under the thunderstorm rain. No, stop. Under the thundering rainstorm. Jesus, my brain. The wild winds have begun to sway the boat. Yi Sang's face was starting to grow pale. I'm starting to wonder if we can really do this. Did we ever let that stop us from trying? I guess that's true. Alright, heading into the zone. Are there any laws of the lake that we must be mindful of? I don't know the laws of the lake, nor its waves. I remember the way the fog split open. I remember the obsidian sea and the endless tempest. But the rest of it, all I remember is that the captain was excitedly delivering a speech at witnessing the legends come to life, and that we were all busy preparing for the whale hunt. So what awaits us ahead is a real adventure. We'll be sailing blindly into the night. Then we'll have to face everything head on. Yes, if the waves come to claim us, we'll face them head on. Even the whale. No signs of that whale yet, though. Back then, it attacked us merely minutes after we entered the lake. Everyone was as tense as they could ever be, looking around nervously. Wait, what's that? There's something there, something tall. A close approach is recommended. I have a source of light to improve our visibility. Merceau got up with a lantern and pointed the light towards where Sinclair indicated. There's several of them. What's that? Hell, who put them there? What are they even for? Maybe they're like lighthouses. Lighthouses? Yeah, I can kind of see that. Do you remember seeing anything like that, Ishmael? No, I don't even have a hazy recollection of it. I've never seen it before in my... Ishmael, has the nausea of the swaying sea gotten to you as well? Your face has grown rather pale. I knew that can't be true. A seasick sailor only exists in jokes. Besides, Ishmael was doing just fine mere moments ago. Then she must have had a sudden realization. I see. So that's what it looked like. Even a small part of it is a terrifying realization. Well, what is it? You'll find out soon enough, even if you don't want to. There, a rogue wave ahead. All hands, brace. Grab onto what you can. Before we even had a chance to say anything, a leviathan of a wave rose to its crest, then crashed onto us from above, and sucked us deep into the lake before throwing us back to the surface. We were lucky. There was a high chance that the following vortex would have dragged the vessel deep underwater. Lucky? You saw what was down there? That was... Everyone okay? Everyone was soaking wet, near hyperventilating, but mostly awestruck by what we just witnessed. We have everyone but... Huh? What we just saw down there were... They weren't lighthouses. They were tails of colossal whales. Wow. Okay. I really want to give up now. I want to go back to the time when I didn't know what the whales really looked like. So this is the lake where the whales come to sleep. Yeah, if they're deep in the water with their necks bent like that, I could see their tails rising tall over the surface. But there's no way they missed this commotion. The ship is... We're keeling over! The whales are waking up. We're finally here. I think that's what Ishmael whispered, but the storm, the waves buried her voice deep in the lake. If the Indigo Elder made it here as planned... Wow! Over yonder, is that the whale? We didn't have to wonder even for a second about what Don Quixote was screaming at. An entire herd of entities, each dwarfing every single whale we've weathered throughout this journey, emerged from the waters all at once. In unison, they began migrating in a singular direction. To witness something like this was enough to make even Merceau gape with plain bewilderment. Looks like things are going according to plan. Then we'll have to do our part. There! There was a whale that stood out even among the herd of ineffably immense whales, pallid as the pale death, its hide thick with scar tissue. That one, particularly scarred. I found it. Yes, he was right. The wounds, the scars that the Picard made, they're all still there. I assume that you finally located the whale? I believe so, yes. As always, the chance of success must be minuscule. Indeed it is. Oarsmen! Ishmael thundered. Ishmael? No louder than the thunder itself, as though her personality itself had suddenly shifted. Her voice seemed to overwhelm the very storm itself. Answers, you dogs! Oarsmen! Huh? Oh, hi! Set route to that pallid thing! Full speed ahead! Row! Full speed ahead! Row! Even Otis was swept up with the sudden turn of events, repeating after Ishmael, bellowing commands. Is this what Ishmael was like when she sailed the lakes, or is this the captain? I see light. It's the Indigo Elder. The old man in his skiff was sliding across the waters towards the whale. Listen well. The rest of the awakened whales have gone after the bait. I've laid for them. Then the plan worked. Now. It wasn't clear whether it was the thunder or the old man's bellow that awakened the pallid whale. That eyeball is fucking massive. Its eyelids began to lift. It's been so long since I've witnessed anything like this up close. It was an eye of astronomical proportions, so immense that it no longer resembled an eye, but a reflective mirror of the world. How I wished to see you eye to eye. The old man, harpoon in hand, draws closer to the whale with a grim, stony expression. Ishmael also aims her harpoon at that great whale, her face nearly tearing with uncontainable joy. Some sinners tremble with fear while others prepare themselves. All of it, the world, contained in a single reflective eye that stretched even beyond our peripheral visions. Now here's your bait. Fish. Bite on it. I know you have no other choice. Biting, devouring all you've ever known. Oarsmen, split the sea with your oars. I respect you, pallid whale. I respect that you've lived years in numbers that I cannot even begin to imagine. I respect that you hail from a place beyond my ken. But I will take this chance to stand before you, to challenge you, and with this challenge, to the edge of understanding I will row. The giant harpoon soars across the black sky like a bolt excuse me, of levin and strikes the pallid whale. Now's our chance. Row on, row on! Ishmael rose, tall and alone, looking straight out beyond the speeding boat, swaying bow harpoon in her hand.
너를 다시
The boat
마주치면
swaying bow.
무슨 생각이 들까? 많이 생각해봤었어.
I've been thinking ever since then about what feelings you might dig up from my heart if I saw you again. But this feeling is much more straightforward than I expected. Nice meeting you again, you fucking whale. Okay? You fucking human. Why? Why? Compared to the old man's harpoon, the harpoon Ishmael hurled was like a needle. But once struck, as though its body was racked by an immense, unbearable pain, the pallid whale's maw opened, and the air itself began to vibrate. Its maw opens! God, that eyeball is fucking huge. And black. I love this this background. It's so cool looking. Go. I will now fish this beast. Every sinner heard the old man's voice. Every sinner begins rowing with all their might, in desperation, as though death itself was in our pursuit, as though it was our fate, our destiny to row. We were sucked into the endless abyss, and a rapid vortex pulled us into the maws of the beast, tenebrous as a well under a moonless sky, like a thing that's like a thing in a thing. There was a deep noise, and like a droplet, and like a thing in a thing, and like a droplet in sea, we melted into the fathomless dark. Acknowledge, acknowledge. How goes the plan? Acknowledge. Oi. Looks like the radio's broken for good. Worrying. Nailed it. And now we're in our dungeon phase.
길이 같으니 거들어주지.
It is said that Queequeg's ropes, twisted by her powerful grip and her esoteric techniques, are tougher than any other rope in the world. Queequeg told me not to leave her alone in the cold, dark lake, that she didn't want the whales and mermaids to tear her apart and devour her when her corpse sinks deep into its waters. I agreed. The wounds on her skin that only I knew of, the memories of her pain, I didn't want those monsters to heartlessly rip into them, to gorge themselves with her scarred flesh. So, Queequeg built herself a coffin. Built hardily and fastened with ropes, twisted and knotted with all her strength, so that her coffin would not sink, no matter how precariously the ship swayed. My hands gripping onto that very same rope tied to the coffin were starting to peel and bleed, and my dearest friend's hollow coffin was the only thing keeping me afloat on that whirling lake. Is there anyone out there? Anyone? In that empty lake, stranded amidst the Pequod's desolation, I called out from the top of my lungs. Please, anyone, say something, anything! When I realized that everyone I had ever laid... When I realized that everyone I had any ties to had, in the blink of an eye, been taken from this world, my gasping, wheezing self, barely holding on to life, seemed... Come aboard my ship and sail with me to the cold abyss of the lake. Not even I, drowning yet breathing, could escape Captain Ahab. Even in this deafening silence, Ahab's echoing bellows strangled me. Even in death, my mates remained trapped with the captain. In joy and sorrow, I'll never forget the strands that were ripped away from me. I'll be buried in this lake forever to my last gasping breath. Try as I might to escape the rising waters, only loneliness fills my lungs. Ha ga ga.
그래서
Always
항상
told you I did.
줄
Rope.
꽉
Grab
잡지
tight
않으면
or sink. You. How long have you been here? Always.
여기에
Always
있어.
been here. Okay. It's like use Ishmael, but I already have Ishmael on my team. We do 1, a 2, a 3. We have to have 3. We're gonna do our usual 5.
볼 것도 없이
Heathcliff is out because I don't I don't like him. The immediate sensation upon waking up was that it was moist and cold, yet oddly warm in some places. Where are we? There's this long river-like thing. If we follow it, maybe there will be something at the end of it.
무시.
Honglu, how can you always be so calm about everything? Is he? I think that's just how that fella is with pretty much everything.
그런
No,
뜻이
that's
아니야.
not what I'm...
다들
I mean, where do you guys think this is? We just... I'm well aware. We rode into the maws of the beast of our own volition not long ago. I'm proposing that we enter the stomach of the whale that devoured the golden bow. You're mad. All that thrashers finally set you off the deep end. I'm just going there for my mission, and the golden bow just happens to be in the way. I'll leave it up to you. Well, to the manager, since their decision matters the most. This company, me, we're both just trying to find a way to reach our goals. That's all this is. Besides, does anyone have a better idea? If that thing swallowed the golden bow, and if the golden bow really counteracts that damned pallid whale's palladification effects, then we just might be able to survive without getting affected by it. That's a gamble, Ishi. There's just... Yeah, you should know it's one of your favorite things. What do you think, manager? Ishmael looked at me with expectant eyes, as though she knew I had no choice but to agree to this plan. Her eyes were telling me, you came this far for the golden bow. You're not going back empty-handed now, are you? 6 hours. If I don't hear anything from you in 6 hours, LCA will be taking over the rest of this mission. Okay, LCA takes over the mission, then what? Well, if they hear the very unfortunate news that all of you decided to row into the whale's belly and got yourselves trapped, they'll be having a long internal discussion about how they could blow that pallid whale apart. Then a very lengthy battle will ensue. Okay, so let me get this straight. If we fail to find the golden bow stuck somewhere inside the whale's stomach in 6 hours, you won't hesitate blowing us to smithereens along with the whale? Did I get that right? I will not relay that comment. Faust, what do you think of our odds? Our odds are not 0, but it may as well be nil. At least with the currently known variables. So we have a chance? Do you have any other ideas that might get us the golden bow? No, not at this moment. What I can tell you, however, is that we have a history of dramatically completing missions with a veritably low chance of success. Okay then, let's get this done. Indeed, the lack of a plan becomes the plan itself. This solidifies the veracity of my new theory even further. Luckily, we didn't lose any sinners on the way down. All 12 of them made it down here, just as we planned. But, guys, where's the boat? The boat was nowhere to be seen. That's okay, we live here now. This is our home. We live here now.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
합공창. 귀와 요격 암수가 이어졌다면 정리와
순순히 보라를 받으시죠. 회풍 그쯤 해줬으니 포장잠범 헛교이겠군.
그렇게 무르진 않네.
전부 잡아드리죠. 회풍
등롱을 밝혀 앞길을 열어라.
전원
Men, we will commence a search. This boat must be found as soon as possible. No, there's no need for a search. 400 meters to your right, there's the boat. Quite observant you are. Let's not waste any time and return to the boat. Allow me to finish. There is the boat in a ditch. 75% of its hull integrity has been breached and its remains are scattered on the ground. Wow, so this was a piece of our boat, huh? That vessel was designed to be used more than 3 times. Honglu was pointing at the pitiful sight of an absolutely busted-looking piece of the propeller. Well, to be exact, busted pieces of the propeller and what appeared to have once been our boat's engines. Something comes to a sputtering half-halt amidst the wreckage. Thus it rests here forevermore. This would have been quite the painful sight for Mika and Ryan. This is a pretty painful sight for us too. So what do we do? Manager, you can still sense the golden bow, right? Yeah, unlike at the Lobotomy Corp branch, I can definitely feel that it's somewhere in here. But it's also pretty far away, so I can't tell where exactly. Great. Are you ready to turn the clock? What's that about turning the clock? Oh. The whale's pallor had taken over their bodies and minds. Of course, it only makes sense that this place is crawling with mermaids. Gun 'em down.
전부 잡아드리죠. 그쯤 해줬으니 보장잠. 내 뒤로. 기꺼이.
귀와 요격, 함수, 정리화.
내 뒤로.
합봉창.
거긴 킬존이다. 오라를 받으시죠.
제품.
그럼 끝이다. 거긴 킬존이다. 그럼 끝이다.
Otis just comes out, hands in her pockets, kicks one guy in the face. He just pastes and explodes, and then stomps on the other guy, and he turns into a puddle. Yeah, let's bounce before more of those mermaids show up. Bounce where? We're trapped inside a whale. Are we gonna end up looking like them too? You know, we've been devoured. The gold bow inside Dante's head is likely counteracting the palletification effects of the sitters' bodies, but there's no guarantee that this defensive effect will last forever. We must take into account that we are in an unknown environment. In other words, spending too long here could turn us into mermaids, just like them. I wasn't sure if I could bring back a sinner that's turned into a mermaid. But where do we even go? I don't even have the slightest idea as to where we might be. Weird, I didn't know it could rain inside a whale's belly. I was still unsure where to go, so much so that I was starting to feel completely lost when Honglu suddenly blurted at something about rain. What are you talking about? It was just that I felt a few droplets of water on my shoulder. Why? So this is the first place we landed, or after the whale swallowed us in a hole, isn't it? Right. Sorry, I just need someone to confirm my common senses. When you eat something, where does it usually land first? My stomach, of course. My poor starving stomach. I see your point, Heathcliff. The stomach constantly secretes acid in order to digest the food effectively. Yeah, I think I learned about it in school. It's usually some kind of powerful acid that dissolves everything it touches. Oh, so that's why my clothes melted where the water touched. Feels a bit prickly too. I stared at Honglu's shoulder. Something had burrowed a hole there, and the surrounding skin was sizzling and melting away. Are we fated to become porridge? so soon after our arrival.
긍정적인 발견을 보고
There is one positive discovery, however. This creature appears to share similar biological mechanisms and shapes as ordinary organic life form. Everyone, we gotta run. I don't care how many pieces of you there are left, just make sure that there's something left for me to bring back.
등롱을 밝혀 앞길을 열어라.
I mean, wouldn't these guys, I guess the mermaids are part of it, so maybe they'd be like,
귀와 요격. 삼수.
no? No, that doesn't make any sense. In the stomach, there wouldn't be any mermaids, right? Because if there were, they would be digested. They'd just get eaten. It's like if any of your, I don't know, like your bacteria gets into your tummy, it usually gets killed. Of course, like downstream, you've got a whole biome, but like in the actual stomach bag, isn't it just, it's just acid?
역시 모르네.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장 잠방 벗겨야겠군. 기고
Gun 'em down, boys.
그럼 끝이다.
Next phase. Let's go. And so we ran, trying to weave our way between the pouring stomach acid, without even knowing where we were supposed to go. Wow, man, what a funny sight, eh? Funny, that's more suspicious than funny. You're too loud, great. Now that we've caught their attention. Who's there? Hey, I heard you guys talking down there. Those mermaids speak? Those mermaids speak? We're not mermaids. Ever seen a mermaid this chatty? Their palification effects have only partially progressed. So what does that make them? Half human, half fish? Well, we don't got much time, so I'll make it short. This zone floods with acid every 10 minutes or so. Unless you guys are all made of steel, you better decide fast. Either take the rope we're about to lower down, or become sludgy nutrient for the whale, and be one with it forever and ever. Well, even if you were all to turn into sludge, we can still salvage your weapons. We don't got nothing to lose. Some of them are already starting to melt. Do we even have a choice? Whoa, no! They muttered something amongst themselves as though they found something funny about the situation and tossed an odd-looking rope in our direction. This rope feels funny. That rope, right. They're made of capillary we pulled straight from its lungs. It'll last more than an hour, even if it's in stomach acid.
왜 그런 걸
Greg,
물어봤어?
why did you even ask that? Ugh, I hate it. With Rogia and her grumblings in tow, we struggled up the bundle of capillary rope. I don't know who you guys are, but thanks. Hell yeah, what a catch. We'll net us upward of 3 gold coins for this. I think this tick-tocking friend might be worth more than that. A catch? You think you fished us up? We come here every once in a while to check if anyone's washed up, yeah. But most of them are poor castaways. They're already almost full mermaids by the time we find them. In a matter of minutes, they're all rearing to kill us, and the rest are just your everyday mermaids. So this is a special occasion then. This is probably the first time ever that we found sailors that could not only talk, but were also weren't halfway turned into mermaids. So why did you guys come here every once in a while then? The clock friend here keeps tick-tocking. Are they saying something? Doubt they're full-on robot. Don't most people prefer to keep the ability to speak even when replacing their body parts with prosthetics? Guess the trends have really changed since we got here. So that buddy there, well, it's a long story, but yeah, they can't communicate normally. All good. Everyone's got a story. they don't want to tell. We can sympathize a little. Talking ain't the easiest thing to do. Consider yourselves lucked out, fellas. You guys ran into us of all things. 'Cause we'll be getting out of here real soon. We followed their confident guiding steps, but there was no way to look at the situation without a bit of suspicion. Where do you think they're taking us? What if they're leading us into a trap? If they were trying to attack us, they would have done so when we were almost at the top of the cliff. We were completely vulnerable to attacks there. And Ishmael opened her mouth as though she was about to say something, then stopped herself before turning around. It looked like she hadn't finished processing her thoughts yet. I'm sure I've seen that harpoon somewhere before. So what ship are you guys from again? It's called the Limbus. You probably haven't heard of it, yeah? Well, talk straight, man. It's not like you're a mermaid. Who's your captain? If they're from U-Corp, their name might just ring a bell. Who's our captain again? I don't know, guys. I've never taken the helm. Not sure if I can call myself a captain here. The helm, forsooth. If this be all about who handles the wheel, I am quite well aware of our captain. Charon is our captain indeed. Nope, never heard of him. I guess it's really been a while then. He scratched his head. Captain Charon really, clearly didn't ring a bell. You, how long has it been since you were trapped in here? 8 months. No, dumbass. This is our 3rd year. Our last count was at 644 days, so... I don't know, lady. I quit counting the days a while ago. I've completely lost track of time since we got stuck deep inside where the sun don't shine. I see. I know only one person who ties a knot in their harpoon like that. Oh, this? It's called the Desperate's knot. Even in our town, only the experienced few know how to tie it, so that they're here. I think I know you. Ishmael comes to a sudden stop, so do our guides. Not because of what she said.
단테, 이번에는 누굴 베어버리면 되는 거야?
Here we are. Welcome to the Pequod town. We're back, Captain. Look at what we fished up. Captain, quite the catch indeed. You certainly are excellent, Scout Starbuck. A wiry old woman approached us, her harsh voice tickling our ears. 2 gold coins for you, lad, and here's one for the twins. Thank you, Captain. It's been a long, long while since our Pequod town gained new villagers. Villagers, not guests? That woman seems to think us already bound to this village. I knew it. Welcome. I have built this village and watched over these poor, wretched souls. Soon I shall set sail on the final voyage with my crew. I am Captain Ahab. Ishmael, you have no idea how I've waited, how I've longed for this moment. You won't ever know, because I'll gut you like a fish before you even have a chance to find out. Muttering, Ishmael charged Ahab. What a way to greet your captain, Ishmael. The captain remained serene, even as Ishmael suddenly charged at her. Ishmael, wait, now that you mention it. You thankless bastards, you dare attack our captain? We'll show you what we're made of. We'll toss you back in that river of acid. Unlikely. If you guys are regular old goons, you're probably cooked.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군. 배품.
기꺼.
Uh-oh.
귀와 요격. 함수.
내 뒤로. 순순히 보라를 받으시죠. 그럼 끝이다.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
함수가 이어졌다.
내 뒤로. 내 뒤로. 순수복을 내놓으시죠.
Nailed it.
단테, 이번에는 누굴 베어버리면 되는 거야?
기꺼이.
I'll need to, probably when I get out of this dungeon today, I'll need to go and spend my currency, because it's been a hot minute, and I've got like over 800 of that currency to spend for the current event. I need to make sure I go buy the rest of those tickets.
기꺼이.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
회풍.
Protect the town. It's interesting they give them all they give them all different abilities and stuff. But they do all seem to land kind of carve wound. They do all seem to land in a kind of like simple a simple verbiage. I don't know, like I guess they are random bozos, so that just makes sense.
배는 맛은 있는 편이
장부를
좋은데.
펼칠 것도 없겠군.
등롱을 밝혀 앞길을 열어라. 변변찮은 선원들만 남았.
Not a lot of good men left, Ahab. Ishmael quickly leaped to the side, evading a harpoon that struck the spot she was just standing on. Who's this now? My crew is nothing if not loyal, more so than anyone in the world, and this one here is second to none when it comes to harpooneering. So, do you still fail to see that to attack me here is to court death? The fuck happened to that guy? A sailor wearing an odd-looking mask joined the fray. Blimey, look at the size of that harpoon! A direct hit from that will turn your bones to dust. That one, that's a real warrior. Could you stop being so bloody creepy for 1 second? Give me the shivers out of nowhere. Yoshu, don't listen to him. Keep being yourself. I love it. Alright, here's this bozo. Let's check what win rate looks like. Dominating, favored, favored. Yeah, let's just simply win the clashes.
포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
Just win, that's all. We've already unsealed our sword, so we're cooking. And he's paralyzed. It's gonna suck for him next turn. Alright, now we've got a bunch of random bozos. I think we're going to not fuck around with him at all. And we're just gonna kill all the bozos. It sucks that we don't get to take advantage of the paralyzed, but I mean, if he's doing counterattacks, there's just literally no reason to attack him.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가?
He's cooked. Alright, now we just have one random bozo alive. Alright, and this is hopeless, the one that's going for the ocean, so we just take a quick peek at that one. So this is his cutthroat ability. The skill does not consume poise count upon critical hit, deals 5% damage for every bleed on the target, and when you staggered a turn, and if this unit does not have poise on self. So what if we do this? Then we turn it into dominating, and he's cooked. Alright, and then I think we're gonna do just Ishi's attack should be enough, so we're gonna put this over here.
발광, 차단.
내 뒤로.
I think he's so close to staggered. I think this should stagger him. Forest for the flames. Okay, so he's back in action. So let's hit the old hit the old win rate and see where we're struggling. Nobody is doing unopposed attacks on him, so he's panic. He's having a pallid panic. Gain 2 bind at turn end. Every coin this unit flips lands on tails.
전부 잡아드리죠.
태풍.
Also, he does get to counter, even if the attack is opposed. It's interesting. It is what it is, though.
사정없이 몰아칠 테니.
환상의 세계로.
Land of Illusion.
뜨거운 불꽃.
God, that looks so cool.
마음을 느낄 수 있다.
I love her outfit. That's the first time I've gotten the resources to use for 4th match flame. That looks really neat. And now Ishi is struggling this time. Whew, that guy's cooked.
내 뒤로.
Interesting.
그 자식은 아직 살아 있을 거야.
19 damage.
순순히.
Okay, let's see what's going on with our girl over here. We're doing unopposed, and then we've got struggling over here. Don't necessarily love that. Oh, we're out of forest. We can't do forest for the flames. How about over here? We can do this one, and then we could absorb this attack. No, not that attack. This one in the back. And we're favored. Okay, so we don't have anything where we're just like getting dominated. I mean, obviously this guy's cooked, but I do kind of have to pay attention just to make sure that I don't, you know, like lose clashes for no good goddamn reason.
찾지 못하리.
All of you strong, but no sailors. Why talk so slow? Irritating. If you're not abbreviating with acronyms, then all you're doing is wasting time. Ishmael's mace nicked the harpooner's mask. She came dangerously close to smashing their skull. Should have gotten out of my way when I give you the chance. Now I'm going to have to bash your face in. But you are a sailor. Right. We both are. Queequeg? In a sudden, explosive burst of energy, Ishmael bolted forth like a cannonball toward Queequeg before holding her in a tight embrace. Wasn't she saying something about bashing her face in just a moment ago? This embrace is what one does when meeting an old fellow. You fear they may flutter away unless you hold them tightly so. Your hair color, can't forget. Your name, I know, but no attacking captain. Why? I'm just... You attack captain again, I attack you. Then kill or be killed, one of us. Well now, whatever shall you do? Starbuck here has, out of the kindness of his heart, rescued you from the jaws of death, invited you to my village, yet you've elected to attack me, as if to spit on that very kindness. We were sailing the Great Lake. I would have had all of you tied and thrown overboard to be crushed underneath the keel of our ship, your lungs bloating with the lake's waters. There were at least 40 people living in Pequod town, and that was a conservative estimate. From their vicious glares, I could tell that every single one of them was a fiercely loyal follower of Ahab. Here, we were in this unfamiliar environment, trapped and lost. Things aren't looking so good. A single word from Ahab, and they'll all be upon us. If we were to retreat, behind us is the river of stomach acid. Ahead is an unknown territory. Lads, lasses, cast fear from your hearts. It is lucky for you that I am nothing if not merciful. I shall forgive your transgressions thus far. I have questions I would like to ask you, and I am certain that you have a few for me as well. If you're willing to talk, then enter the captain's quarters. In peace, mind. Ahab casually turned around and marched into one of the buildings. She carried herself with utmost confidence. It was almost like she knew that we would follow, that we had no choice but to follow. Oi, them blokes were glaring at us there, all go like nothing happened. Captain forgave, then everyone also forgives. I forgive too. Oh, to turn her back on someone who was charged at her with a murderous intent just moments ago is... Yes, she's confident. Confident that she's got the numerical advantage, even if we were to press the offensive. Confident that we know there's more for us to lose by attacking her than by going along with her. With what just happened, she's made it clear as day. At least while we're in here, she has absolute control of the situation. Talk with her in peace? Nonsense. It's not like we have any way out of here. Ishmael's gaze followed Queequeg, who walked wordlessly behind the captain. Let's go. Let's listen to what that bastard's got to say. There's nowhere to run after all. For her or for us. When winning a clash using a gloom affinity skill, one ally with the lowest SP heals. Delightful. So what's that on the board over there? The number of gold coins assigned to each crewman and woman. We can collect them by fishing up useful stuff or by hunting mermaids. And who's the one paying you? The captain, obviously. Are you saying that there's an economy activity within the whale's stomach? What need of gold coins could you have in here, let alone the means of procuring them? Told you, we're out of here in just a little bit. And once we're off this whale, I get paid thick 63 gold coins. With that much dough, I just might be able to snag myself a halfway decent ship. Unless the inflation's gone nuts, that is. Oh, by the way, ever been to Marlin port ship lately? Any chance you saw a Stingray flat top grill place? I wonder if it's still open. Oh, that sounds delish. Where is it? Looks like Ahab's giving out gold coins to her crew for their labor. The promise of a reward for services rendered. I'm sure that's a strong motivator. Hey Ishmael, you really caught me off guard earlier. Seriously, I didn't think I'd find you here, of all places. When we're out of here, we should go crash at a bar and drink rum straight out of a barrel. We'll make it a competition, just like the good old days. Right, so did you get a chance to say hello to everyone? A little chat? Oh, and man, you sure did grow your hair out. Whatever happened to long hair is annoying. It's a lot of questions at once. I don't think any of them wanted to chat with me. I could tell from the looks they're giving me. Sometimes people from other ships would want to join the village, but none of them lasted more than a day. We're the only ones who made it this long. And it's all thanks to a solution our captain came up with. A solution? A way to stop our bodies and minds from turning pallid. What is it? As you can see, without our captain, we would have long been turned into mermaids. Without the captain, this village wouldn't exist. So anyone that dares to antagonize the captain is our enemy. Because to this stand against the captain, it's to stand against our very survival. You've changed, Starbuck. I remember you're butting heads with the captain all the time. Did I? Don't forget who trapped all of you here in the first place, led us to our deaths. Ishmael coldly walks past Starbuck before entering the office. I thought we had an old mate of yours. Starbuck, first mate of the Pequod. He wanted to be a good person to everyone, and he was the closest of the crew to the captain's ear, which meant that they also squabbled pretty often, but it didn't matter in the end. Ahab was equally indifferent to everyone anyway. Please excuse the state of my office. A bottle of rum and this would have gone a bottle of rum and this would have gone down much smoother. Yet, after all the time we've spent stuck in here, I've not seen a single bottle of it float its way in. Executive Manager, allow me to take charge of this negotiation. Ishmael cannot be trusted to make a rational decision, and you, Executive Manager, cannot properly communicate with this woman. She will only hear your ticking sounds. Sure. Captain Ahab, is it? Allow me to hazard a guess. You rode in here voluntarily in search of something that the pallid whale devoured. This means that you and your present company have also found a way to keep yourselves from turning into mermaids. Well, I don't suppose there's any point in hiding it when we've already come this far. We are in search of a certain object. Its appearance is as thus. Don Quixote started explaining, looking around excitedly as though she was expecting the captain to suddenly produce the golden bow from her pockets. Wait, are really gonna just tell her everything? Why don't we talk about this between us first? And I know what you seek. A golden stick of sorts, I presume. Am I wrong? What? We couldn't even deny your accusation, thanks to Gregor's extremely telling reaction. I know where to find it. I can even bring you to it. How do we know that you aren't bluffing? Yeah, what if you just overheard while we were talking? I shall prove it to you then. From that branch emanates a very far-reaching golden light. Its glow is warm and bright, yet not bright enough to be blinding. It appears that she at least knows of a golden bow. What she has just told us is more than what an unrelated individual should be able to know. Still, I don't believe she's really about to tell us where the bow is. You presume that I would not part with this information. I have nothing to hide. Ahab slammed the desk and leaned aggressively towards us. She wore a knowing grin, as though she knew exactly what she wanted, and what we were about to say to get it. Let us speak plainly here. I have naught to hide from you. In fact, I dare say that it is you who are withholding things from me. You called that stick the golden bow, did you? Well, then, that golden bow is at the dead center of this accursed whale. At the dead center? The epicenter of this deep, resonating thumping. The spring of life that fuels this beast. The heart that seeps with all that is evil in the world. But you're in luck. It just so happens to be that the Pequod has set course for that very same destination, and we plan to set sail in the very near future, because the only way out of this whale is by destroying its heart. That's interesting. I wonder if this is just a coincidence. What's so interesting about it? Isn't it interesting that after all those years they spent preparing for their journey to the heart, we just happened to arrive as they were about to set sail? I have naught else to say, but merely refer to the nature of fate. The threads of fate itself is weaved, so that I, Ahab, shall be the one to pierce the heart of the pallid whale. I have set more sails in the belly of this beast than the number of your gritted teeth combined. I have been to every nook and cranny of this place, all of which I clearly recall. There is no method upon this earth that I have not attempted to pierce this beast's hide, so allow me to preclude a few options for you. This beast's hide is as thick and impenetrable as our corpse fortress. All the weapons in the world will not be able to pierce it. Tried to stab it with my harpoon. Wound it, yes. Puncture a hole? No. Well, if you find my words so difficult to believe, then feel free to give it a try with your own weapons. Mine attempts hardly left a mark. If she's right, then it won't matter what the Indigo Elder does, and it won't matter what LCA does. It won't matter how hard they'll try. They can't get us out of here. We know better than anyone the crushing pain of surviving at a place such as this, with no hope of rescue. No sane mind survives such torment for long. Behold my pitiful crew. They hold on, tooth and nail, to their sense of self as the pallid membrane tries to devour them whole. Nothing here, nothing, none. We can do naught here but scavenge the flotsam that washes up to its stomach. Mermaid corpses Queequeg brings back from her hunts are our only source of subsistence. Fins soft. How the heck did you guys even survive here? Faith. The faith that as long as we follow Captain, she'll eventually lead us out of here. That's the hope we hold on to. Now, give my offer a listen. I, Captain Ahab of the Pequod, the leader of the Pequod town, have the responsibility to bring every single one of my crew home. Thus, I make this offer to you. I will destroy this bastard's heart. For long have I prepared. Now, all that remains to be done is to set the plan in motion. Whew. Our goals are the same, yet we each seek different treasures. Assist me in the plan. We will hunt this whale and escape, and the golden bow shall be yours. We must discuss this among ourselves first. Take as much time as you want. Ahab nodded with a generous smile. We huddled in one corner of her office to discuss this. The boat that carried us here is beyond salvaging. Thus, it follows that we require a new boat for us to escape the whale. Moreover, moving across the bodily fluids of this whale is necessary if we are to conduct investigation of its interiors. For that we require a new boat. Then commandeering their vessel is also one of the options. Guys, they can hear us. Pipe down. Our ship, hard to sail, complex. Only Pequod crew can handle Pequod boats. What'd I say? How much time would it take if we were to build a boat from scratch? Considering that we possess no necessary materials, considering that we must reinforce it to be resistant to the whale's acid, the estimated time of completion is... No, let's not even think about that. Let's not. So that's your offer. I could smell your bullshit coming a mile away. She's not changed one bit, driving people to their deaths with bullshit that at a glance seems plausible. Nothing's changed. Yeah, there's something off about her. Maybe we should just do this ourselves. What? Never trust something that requires too much explaining. Every word, every fucking word out of his mouth. I think they've spent a long time building a plan to destroy the heart and escape this place. Can we really do it on our own from scratch? I also don't know how long we could hold out in here. Yeah, that captain probably knows this place better than anyone. So our other options are either turn into mermaids and kill each other, or remain trapped in here forever. Are they really the only alternatives we've got? The red gaze shall not abandon us. We're having trouble coming to an agreement. I'll meditate. Let's battle to the last person standing and have them decide. The sinners were all expressing their opinions. I love Ryoshi's like, we could have a battle royale. She's like, let's just do a battle royale. The sinners were all expressing their opinions, which were all very diametrically opposed to one another, with little hope of meeting somewhere in the middle. And I was unnerved by how easily Ahab managed to see right through us. Damn. Story, story, story. Chip, chop, chip. Bim, bam, boom. Blap, blap, blap. I see that you're having trouble coming to an agreement amongst yourselves. That is quite understandable. It should be clear as day that the answer is right before your eyes. My offer is perfect for your present, rather desperate situation. But that is the whims of fate. These seemingly implausible, coincidental opportunities are the threads of fate weaving the path ahead for us. You must first learn to be someone who grips their destiny when it presents itself. It is common wisdom among every seafarer. Ugh. Sinclair shuddered a little. A lot has happened. Various moments of past coincidences must have passed before every sinner's eyes. When we were almost sandwiched between two ships, when we encountered those floating mermaids on a deserted ship, when we fought a whale and its byproducts that came with the waves. You and your arrogant, all-knowing speeches haven't changed one bit. Don't delude yourself. I'm not joining hands with you ever again. Even now, I can't wait to chew you up and tear you apart. What? What face? What words? The girl has finally learned how to speak like a proper sea dog, worth her salt, haven't you, Ishmael? Didn't think you remembered my name. How could I not? I heard your voice moments before the whale swallowed me whole, the echoes of your voice calling my name, scattering to the winds amidst the desolation. I can hear it clearly, as though it happened but a day ago. Even for a brief moment, through the tempest our eyes met, and I peered into the depths of your heart, into the depths of your true desire. Ahab strode towards Ishmael. Ishmael stood her ground. She glared at the old woman with bloodshot eyes. So, I'll give you what you want. Her voice was low yet personal, honest. Huh, let's see what kind of crap you come up with this time, because what I want is my heart. Ishmael, listen well. I am the first and the only person who watched the birth of your life's greatest wish. There was an awakening deep within you, a hateful obsession, screaming, thrashing, with frenzy so that you may one day gut me yourself. That very desire is what's brought you before me, past the trials and tribulations the world has thrown in your way. Am I wrong? The golden bow they seek? You don't give a shit about that. Of course you don't. My very heart is your golden bow, your plunder, your treasure. You so desperately seek at the end of your journey. I knew that deep inside you were still a sailor and a harpooner, an excellent one at that. From the moment of our reunion to now, you've been stabbing me over and over again in your head, and not once have you averted your eyes. And what a harpooner that makes you! Were I a whale, I would have willingly given you my heart to kill. You'll give me your heart. You know better than anyone that I do not lie, Ishmael. You know where the bow of my acclimated passion has set course to. Help me destroy this whale's heart, and I, Captain Ahab, shall willingly give you my life. It matters not the manner in which you end me, I will accept it gladly. Ahab snatched Ishmael's harpoon and brings it closer to her heart. Now, do you not wish to tear open my arteries? Allow me to make this task even easier for you. Shall I turn my neck so that the veins are plain to see? All of this is yours as long as I can achieve my goal. Oh, what a keen harpoon you have whetted. I can imagine the nights you've spent sharpening it, drawing a picture of my painful demise. You must have felt it, the call of destiny, your fate, just as I have. No one on this earth understands you better than I do, Ishmael. I know that very longing, that very burning hatred that consumes your days. Yeah, you're right. I'm barely holding myself back from tearing into your arteries. Yet you do not act. Because even now, even at the tip of your razor-sharpened harpoon tickles the fuzz on my neck, you know the truth so well that you are still too weak to kill me. How pitiful, yet how clever. The girl knows her place. And that cleverness serves you well. A foolish sailor would not have accepted this very generous offer of mine. As long as I can kill the pallid whale with my own two hands, I care not about what happens next. My heart is yours to the harpoon, Ishmael. I will be made complete at that very moment. What happens afterward, I could not care less. Ishmael laughed and laughed. She did not fight back with her biting tongue, nor did she sharply and rationally criticize the captain's words as she did ours. She laughed and laughed and laughed, glaring straight into Ahab's eyes. Yes, I like the look in your eyes. I can already see it, in fact. I may as well already heard your decision back from that look. Yeah. Enjoy your last voyage, Ahab, and whatever it takes, survive to the end of this voyage until you destroy the whale's heart. And I'll happily destroy you the moment you are made complete. You're both batshit. Now I see the eyes of a proper sea dog. Finally, conviction burns within your eyes. Shall not disappoint, Ishmael. Allow my heart to beat like the very tempest. Allow my heart to bleed hotter than the boiling blood of the lava whale, so that it may be a target worthy of your harpoon. This moment of them laughing back and forth is very is very silly. It's a silly vibe. Their laughters were very much alike, to the point where I wasn't sure which belonged to Ishmael and which belonged to Ahab. What I was thinking then, I'm not really sure. It wasn't like we had any other choice, but maybe I was hoping that Ishmael would refuse the offer. So you're joining us for the journey to the heart. Ain't that nice? It's encouraging to have you lively looking fellas along for the ride. Not a hint of the pale membrane to be seen on yours. Speaking of which, how are you all so okay? How come the pallid whales got no effect on any of you? Curious, Starbuck asked. Forsooth, that is... Yep, that's Gregor holding Don Quixote's mouth shut. It's a long story. We just happened to get lucky, and I'll leave it at that. Gregor cut in and blocked Don Quixote's mouth. Smart. Smart, Gregor. There are tasks that must be completed if we are to reach the heart. 2 ships, 2 routes. They must go their separate ways to reach the heart. The quad will make its way through the pancreas. Question. Shoot. Why are you the ones going through the pancreas? The whale's pancreas is vast and filled with treacherous acid. To go in there without knowing when and where the acid will spew from is to dance with death. So I'm electing to bring those that I have toiled here for years, not inexperienced landsmen such as you. Starbuck shrugged next to the captain. I must also mention that the pancreas is heavily populated by mermaids. It is better that we sailors who have spent our lives hunting mermaids and whales take this route instead. While there aren't any particularly powerful or troublesome mermaids there, our numerical advantage will still be useful in that path. At the end of its pancreas, we will hew open its largest vein. Then its left heart atrium will open to supply blood to the area. Okay, so what about us? You will take this path. The right heart atrium connected to the lungs. This is a narrow path, so its smaller vessel will serve you well. Some other things have made their way into the path I send you on. They are neither whale nor mermaid. Their numbers are small, but each of them may pose a difficult fight. What you lack in numbers, I assumed, will be made up with your individual prowess. You and your men will shine in targeted strikes, not all-out battles that the Pequod will face through the pancreas. Were you not here, I would have had to send Starbuck, Queequeg, and at least 8 other good men that way. A boat divided will have a higher chance of failing. In fact, it had been a rather significant concern of mine. But you have arrived, fitting perfectly into this conundrum of a puzzle, as though fate itself has ordained it. Destiny is one fickle thing, is it not? Miss Ahab? Must be referring to the abnormalities that were swallowed alongside the lobotomy coat branch. So you know something about these odd creatures. Indeed, our encounter was ordained by fate. The very destiny that leads me to the heart of the whale. Kill the monsters there, hew open the arteries, and the right atrium shall open. And we will meet again at the heart, where the atriums meet. Then I shall enter and destroy its core at the heart of the heart, if you will. Verily, you proclaim that there is a heart within a heart? I see that you have little experience contending a foe so great as the whale. It is obvious that such a colossal creature would have a heart that fuels its heart. Is that supposed to be obvious? The sun shall shine on us again when only we destroy the heart, beating with the very essence of evil. Through the whale's sundered flesh shall the gentle light reign over us, and you will impale me with the final harpoon to end my final breath once and for all. While I am yet to analyze the geography of this entity, the general structure of the plan appears sound to me, Executive Manager. Yeah, I agree. Looks like Ahab wasn't kidding about checking every nook and cranny of the belly of the whale. She did all that with a singular desire to hunt, to kill this great whale once and for all, and for such a long time. I still don't like this. Are we supposed to just... What? Listen to some dodgy captain ordering us around. I thought the clockhead here was our boss. Why don't we just finish this with our own hands instead of relying on her? Let's just do this ourselves. Let one or the two of us go mad and turn into a mermaid. At least it would have been our work at the end of the day. A most irresponsible suggestion. I would have been the first to suggest that had I not estimated our losses be higher than one or two of us. So why didn't you? We are at a significant disadvantage when it comes to information on this battlefield. The executive manager's life may be at risk at any moment. Not even witless rookies risk or gamble with the lives of their superiors. And all that for your pride? What foolishness. As long as we destroy the heart, I can end her. As long as we destroy the heart. She grits her teeth as she repeats it to herself like a mantra, so that she may never forget. Not even for a moment. Right then. We will meet again at our rendezvous point. Let this be a good voyage to us all. The sunlight is within our grasp, my dearest crew. We will soon breathe deep the metallic, traitorous stench of the city's air. Ahab provided us with a boat that could bring us all the way to the heart. Only Pequod crew steers Pequod's boat, so I steer. Queequeg joined us as our helmswoman. Queequeg wasn't lying. This boat wasn't like any other boat we'd ever seen. Its body was made of flesh and bones. I also noted that a few pieces of metal plates were visible between the organic materials. Only a crew of Pequod could possibly know how to steer this bizarre ship. Time to gun him down.
길이 같으니 거들어주지.
Ishmael stares wordlessly at Queequeg. I thought you. Everyone died. Me too. Also thought you dead. Where I was, we bury dead people. No burning. In earth, in hearts, deep. Never to dig up again. Because we have to forget. Did you bury me too? I want to see sunset again. That keeps me going, breathing, throwing harpoons. I thought you didn't like the outside world. Sunset always warm, wherever it sets. I'm hearing a terrifying cry coming from far away. It's the mermaid's cry, our future if we fail to escape. Cry and cry, trying to kill all we see, then melt very slowly, and later float away like we were never here. Don't want to be mermaid. The pallid whale, have to kill it, only then we get out. I see another vision of Ishmael. It's growing more and more frequent. Maybe it's the influence of the golden bow. Crying. Every night a terrifying cry echoes from the birds. Pip, it's your turn to go down there. The mermaids cried every single night, so we had to lock them deep in the holds. Pip doesn't want to go down there. It's scary. That's just the luck of the draw, Pip. I'm sorry, but you gotta accept it. Isn't it weird, Queequeg? Why are we doing any of this? Ishmael, steel yourself. We see pallid whale soon. Which means all this be over soon. Yeah, it'll all be over soon. So when this voyage is over... What is this mess? Can you not even man your stations properly, you deckhands? Captain, Pip doesn't want to go down there. Pip's scared to death. It's so scary down there. Every night Pip hears. Every night he scratches at the locked door. Get a hold of yourself, Pip. That's just a mermaid. Pip knows. Pip saw. That was our mate Stub. Captain, the pallid whale ate Stub and the boat he was on. And Pip, turn away from the sound of the holds. Look far beyond to the Great Lake. The pallid whale's day of reckoning draws near. The louder the mermaid cries, the closer we are to our goal. That creature will lead us to the pallid whale. That night, I snuck into Captain Ahab's quarters. To enter the captain's quarters unauthorized was like breaking a taboo. Every sailor knew that. If I was caught, I would have to accept whatever punishment they decided to levy upon me for committing a sin that may as well have been mutiny. But I don't know what I was thinking when I walked in there. Captain Ahab? Captain? The captain's eyes were locked on the map of the Great Lake stuck to the ceiling of her quarters. She did not stir. I looked at the sight for a moment before stumbling out of the captain's quarters. I had to. So you went into the captain's quarters, huh? Mr. Starbuck? Captain never gets a proper shut-eye. Even when she sleeps with her eyes open. She's always looking for that pallid whale somewhere in the Great Lake, even as she dreams. Captain ain't sleeping. She's awake. Always is. Yeah, on the Baquad, the captain had a tight leash around us. We were merely gasping on what little air she permitted us. Go and get some rest, like Captain said. That whale's got to be close. I don't always understand the captain, and sometimes I wish he'd entertain some different ideas. But we won't have to suffer much more of that. We'll all be free soon. Once we kill the pallid whale and leave this ship, what?
이제 갖고 놀기 틀렸다. 그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
순순히
태풍. 기꺼이. 태풍.
Thanks for the hydrate, Greed. I hope you're doing well.
기믹은 이게 다인가? 거긴 그럼 끝이다. 답봉차. 태풍. 거긴 킬존이다. 찾지 못하리.
I mean, healthy. I'd go for healthy, but what I mean, like, as long as you're okay. Yeah. Meh. So soon after setting sail, whoa, we started hearing something shaking underneath the ship. What's that? Forsooth, there may be a foe underneath our ship, scratching. What do we do? Check underneath the ship. A powerful shock rocked the stern of the boat. Mermaids, hostiles climbing from the bottom of the ship. We can minimize our losses by having one of us go push them off the ship before they latch on. As soon as that was decided, two sinners jumped from their seats and approached me. I'll go, Executive Manager. No, I'm better suited to the task. The two sinners began bickering. Wrath advantage. Just pick whoever is gonna get the highest score. A new ego gift.
이래서 몸이 좋으면
Moving
머리 볼
along.
필요가 없다는 거다. 하, 볼 것도 없이 처형이군. 거긴 킬존이다.
6 damage. I love the game paused and zoomed in on Rodian just to show me her doing 6 damage with her attack. Like, it's so silly.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
Once this bit of combat is done, I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to go take a little break and grab a coffee now, or well, we're 2 hours in the stream. I could probably take a little break and grab a coffee. I keep yawning. I'm a sleepy bean right now. I kind of want to finish this this dungeon before the end of the stream today. Holy shit. Alright, great. After this I'll go make myself some coffee. Thank you, sweetie. I thought the Ricardo fight was going to be a whole thing. And I even named the stream the Ricardo fight, and it was like 5 minutes at the beginning of stream. Like absolutely curb stomped him, and then I got cutscene lost the fight. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my coffee. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. Queequeg 4. Mermaids latched into the walls are glaring at us. Well, this place hard to steer, and keep track of directions. Hard to do at once. Someone will have to take track of the directions. Boop. But the horde of mermaids attacking our ship doesn't seem any smaller than it did when we first entered. Exit still far. Someone will have to keep track of our directions. Should we continue? Boop. Ishmael, you got this, girl. Steady as she goes. Man, there's no end to them. But the horde of mermaids attacking our ship doesn't seem any smaller than it did when we first entered the wall. What halt? The ways. Ego gift cross not. We got another check. I guess 3 to 15, 7 to 23. So basically she's got one coin flip. If it goes heads, we're good. Okay, we're fine. It's opening up. Wait, it's a waterfall. Steady as you go. Oh, rocks ahoy. Keep left, and right full rudder. Thanks to Rodian's quick and straightforward directions, we managed to lose the mermaids and escape the waterway.
이런 일은 실패해본 적이 없지.
2 free gifts of ego. We're approaching the Right Heart Atrium. This is the entry point into the... I'm assuming the last area? It's the heart. That not mermaid, not whale, monster from other outskirts. Their official denomination is abnormalities. They were once contained within the Lobotomy Corp branch, but the whale has devoured them. I saw similar things before, but not abnormality. Different. Yes, indeed. In the outskirts, anything is within the realm of possibility. I find it credible that you may have encountered similar entities at the outskirts. Abnormalities. Born how? They were once human. These have been created by humans as a source of new energy. They have wishes, looks like. If you ask if the abnormalities have specific wants or desires? Yes. Yes. They know what they want. They want what they desire, what they wish. Well, looks like wants and desires are all they have left. Must be nice, knowing what you want, knowing what you desire. Queequeg was ceaselessly scratching at her arm as her eyes remained fixed on the abnormalities. She was scratching so hard that blood and pale gunk were starting to seep from her torn skin. Queequeg, stop, you're bleeding. Still doing that, huh? Born again. Cocoon. Couldn't become one. Boss monster? Oh, hey, I fought this. Ambling Pearl. Yeah, I fought this thing in the mirror dungeons. I stomp its goofy ass every time. I got this delicious little Japanese chocolate snack called a Black Thunder, or Buraku Sanda. It's they're pretty tasty. Refrigerator chocolate goes incredibly well with coffee. I love it. So this is targets green slime primarily. Defeats green slime upon attacking. One target killed, gain 3 green slime. Okay, what is green slime? Okay. Predation. I'm wondering if I try to... It's a 43-43. I don't think I can, like... I don't think I can actually, like... eat that. But... it looks like if we target... we have unopposed attacks, right? It looks like if we target the slimes, we can probably kill them before the slimes get a chance to be gobbled up. So we might be able to kill 2 slimes, the 2 that are... or, no, she's only targeting the 1. Okay, so that means we target the one that she's targeting, kill that, and then we're set. Easy peasy. A blunder for short. I always be blundering. A black thunder or a blunder. Or a thack. A thack blunder. Oh, it looks like he's staggered. He ain't doing shit. Okay, so currently staggered. What is that twinkling thing in that effervescent filth? I get it, okay? Chill. Devouring fluid. Combat start. Consume 2 green slime. 1 use, inflict 3 larvae. Okay, what is larva? Move larva to the ally with the highest HP. Turn start. Lose SP equals half the value of larva on self. Okay. So it looks like Mama Otis is just favored for both of these attacks. As long as they hit, then we should be doing giga damage. Uh-oh. Otis fucked up. What's that twinkling thing in the boss that's very prominent and attention grabbing? That thing right over there. Yeah, they really did want to hit home that there was something in the boss that was twinkling. Looking closely at it, appears to be a gem of sorts. Born after a long, long time of waiting, born in the ebb and flow of the filth that fills and leaves that thing, with its every movement. Taking its gem would be equivalent to taking its reason for existence away. It may fall apart without it. Sure. We'll roll those dice. Ding, ding, ding. Pog. The green slime, the acidic burning sensation, the writhing larva, all of it, it unnerves the sinner. But despite all that, Otis prevails, claiming the gem with her hand. An incomprehensible roar echoes. It quickly regenerated something new in its maws, but it won't be the same. Otis loses 30 SP and 20 HP. Ambling Pearl loses 3 green slime. Okay, so it's staggered. So now we're going for damage. Maximum damage. 168, that's a good amount of damage. Hey, listen. Classic video game experience. And we're dominating across the board. This should be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, this pearl is cooked. Queequeg? What are you doing? Queequeg used to spend some nights in crushing loneliness and unbearable pain. Queequeg sat in the corner of the dark room. She looked down at her arms. Then, with a small dagger she used for cutting ropes, she mercilessly tore into her arms like she was carving something into her flesh. This is price. I peered closer. Her body was covered with countless strange tattoos. Over them were scars. of old and gnashed wounds, cut as though to hide the tattoos drawn on her skin. Did you do that to yourself? I did. But why? Because of shame, because the tattoos. I engraved them myself. Greekweg, don't do this. We'll go look for a place that could erase your tattoos. There's gotta be one out there. At one of the nests, so stop hurting yourself like this. My tattoos? Tattooed in a special way, so no normal way to erase. And even if there is, I won't erase like that. Why? No way to be free from past. On a whaling ship, any discussion of the crew's past was an unspoken taboo. Whalers were often running from their pasts, wanted to wash their pasts away in the waves, or threw themselves against the waves in their desperate need for money. Ishmael, you already knew. I come from Middle. I had a hunch when I saw your tattoos. The Middle never forgets. Everyone in the back streets knows the story. Though it may just be one of those tall tales, it's not a tale one can so casually laugh off. Once a child bumped into a stranger and spilled ice cream on his shoes. The stranger, whose clothes were spoiled, comforted the crying child and sent him on his way home. That stranger was an officer of the Middle, and the spoiled clothes happened to be his favorite set. That day was the last day anyone, including the child, ever saw the child's family. Maybe it's just dark humor, maybe it's just one of those countless baseless urban legends, but no one dares to treat this tale like it is. Because the Middle really was like that. But the Middle I've heard of. I know that the Middle accepts anyone into their fold, but I also heard that once you're a part of the Middle, they'll never let you go. Yes, the Middle remembers. The Middle never forgets. Never. So can't leave. So they captured me. They said to me to really leave, erase everything of the Middle from me. If not, they catch me again. My tattoo is the Middle's brand, so I cut up the brand. Have to. My speech also touched by the Middle, so I went to doctor to cut up my tongue, to cut up my brain, to break myself. And I ran again. Even after you lost your speech, even after you cut your whole body up to erase your tattoos, they're still coming after you? That's too high a price. Not true. Back then, I was a maggot. Hey, you're bleeding too hard. You're being too hard on yourself, even if it's just a metaphor. Crawling in filth, thinking filth was everything. Thought filth was the world. Thought I knew the world. They wanted to make me big sister. So I killed and killed and killed. Not because of orders. Killed with my own hands because I wanted to. Because I wanted respect as big sister. Hey, stop bleeding so hard. Hey, just stop, okay? Just knock it off. No, we're all still in our cocoons. Soon we'll break out of our shells and be born again, okay? Born again. Yeah, once this voyage is over, let's go find it together. A way to break out of our cocoons. How? I don't know, that's why I want to go find it with you. Together. So gay. This is so gay, I love it. You're bleeding too hard on yourself. I see what you did there, Dad. First time I heard Ishmael saying she don't know. That's how we started looking beyond this voyage. Kraken Port, that's gonna be home of my very own seafood grill joint. I've eyed up a nice place during our last voyage, you know? Aren't you just copying that one popular place from Marlinport? I ain't. Pip wants to be rich. Pip wants to be a landlord. Landlords make a ton of money, you know? Holy shit. Pip, don't do it. Don't do it, Pip. I just realized I got chocolate sauce on my arm. Don't do it, Pip. I'm gonna actually do a thing real quick and slap this into a Discord channel. Perfect. Pip was the real villain. Well, that's why. Have you seen Pip in the current state of where we are in the world? No, you haven't. Because justice was done. Pip is fucking dead. This is commentary. I've got my eyes on you, kid. You're gonna be my dishwasher. I've seen how you scrape the oil off the ship. No, Starbuck, you'll rent Pip's building, and you better pay rent on time. My first mate badge don't mean crap to you guys, don't it? People who wanted to bury their past, people living from one day to the next without dreams, without futures, people like me. Between every close call, between every moment of triumph, amidst the brutal trials we endured in solidarity, we began to sketch the rough pictures of our futures. I sketched something for myself too. In that sketch, I'm walking alongside Queequeg in some small port shrouded in mist and the smell of fish. Maybe we're holding large textbooks in our hands, or maybe we're carrying suspiciously well-maintained weapons. Or maybe we're just heading somewhere with our hands full of tasty treats for the day. And we kept sketching. Fantastic. I love the bots still come in duos and try to post bot viewer advertisements. Here, Ishmael stared wordlessly into her shimmering reflection, into the ripping and opaque river of acid surrounding the boat, just as she stared into the lake back aboard Mephistopheles. Her expression was so solemn and withdrawn that I couldn't bring myself to even approach her. In the opaque waters, Ishmael saw herself, her future that now rested forever out of reach, at the cold abyss of the lake, her friends who could never return. How would it feel to know that your dreams will never come true? I was too absorbed in this hazy, ruminating thought to realize that I'd approached Ishmael and struck up a conversation. Ishmael, once this whole ordeal is over and we go back to Mephistopheles, she turns around. How about we all get ice cream together? You know, the one Don Quixote wanted. It won't matter whatever future I bring up with Ishmael now, none of it would reach her. So the most I could offer her now was a hopeful immediate tomorrow, something a little closer than the future that Ishmael is trying so hard to take back. Go back? What will you do, manager? If I told you that I don't want to go back? What do you mean? Once we destroy this heart and once I squeeze the life out of Ahab with my own two hands. What would I go back to? Why would I go on? Is that an official resignation request? No, forget it. If Ishmael finally gets what she wants, what's next? Will there even be anything left? Should I? Is it right for me to even ask her to continue on to the next? Well, yeah, like that's the whole story, right? Like it killed Ahab and like and you know, what was it? That quote from I think it was Rick and Morty. He's like, you know how that whole thing we just didn't mean anything and nothing really matters. It's like, yeah, kind of feels that way. You got to think about the future, girl. After defeating the abnormality, we sailed for a while without much incident. That was when a thick, solid wall appeared before us. Artery beyond the wall. Wall opens, closes. Opening is very short. Don't get grabbed by mermaid there. Chopped in half if grabbed by mermaid. And with the heavy rumble, the wall immediately started to open. Keep mermaids off ship. They slow us down. We get cut in half. The mermaids must have sensed the rumbling. They began rushing at our ship. Wrath advantage. Oof. We only have one person who can make it. Nailed it. Ishmael takes vanguard, knocking mermaids off the boat. Good enough. Nice, we made it. Don't get complacent. We have to remain alert. But the twitching, like it's about to. Not a second after the stern of our boat made it past the wall, the door slammed shut. Let's keep moving to the artery. Nailed it. Let's go kill some more abnormalities. Oi, your airband. It's all marked up with blood. Now that's a right terrifying look, isn't it? Nothing a quick wash in the water can't fix. Your headband. Familiar. Familiar not. Desperate not. Queequeg, I survived by hanging onto the ropes you tied to your coffin. The ropes that you could have held. Instead, I held onto it with my dear life. That rope? Also for you. You want me to bucket out oil from in here? Yep, it's not as hard as it looks, though. The cadaver of a whale hung from a hook and swayed from side to side. Its stench was awful. The smaller and more nimble you are, the easier it will be. I'm not that small, though. It's a job for greenhorns anyway. Less talk, more oil bucketing. Get on with it, will ya?
고래를 잡는다고
A whaler's toil does not end with killing the whale. Whalers also had to bucket and carry the inordinate amount of oil from the dead whale. I mean, how the hell do I know what's in there? What do you think? Whale oil. It feeds us. It keeps us warm. Aboard the Pequod was a man named Stubb, the second mate. He was a man of irritable disposition. I can't get into that abyss. Well, nothing but a rope that looks like it'll snap from a slight breeze. I can't. Those words nearly escaped my mouth when... What are you doing? Your rope. Tie to my waist. But why? Tethered like so. Now if you fall, I fall. You, me, together. Her sentences were stuttering and incomplete, but there was something there that oddly soothed me. Together. Someone to catch me if I fell. Someone to watch over me if I fell. So I tied one end of the rope to Queequeg's waist and the other on mine. Uh-huh. Funny, I should have mentioned that. The rope was too short, too flimsy. It immediately snapped, and I was sent hurtling down into the lard-filled belly of the whale. What was harder to bear than the entrails, the viscera, the oil, and various other things I didn't want to think about was the pitch-black darkness. Whale oil makes a sound as it quivers and reverberates. The reverberating oil tries to become one with everything it touches. Some city folk talk about this phenomena using big words like ultra-vibro-fusion, oscillation frequency, how such elements are used to produce the resonance tuning forks, their wavelengths, and fuel. But the point is, a whale's oil covers and devours anyone it comes into contact with. And when you're devoured by a living whale's oil, you become a mermaid. And when you're devoured by a dead whale's oil, your sense of self slowly scatters until there's nothing of you left. That's when I realized how tiny and fragile I was, how insignificant of a thing I was. Maybe the whales were just lonely. And that's why they carried within them the oil that had the power to turn others just like them. Maybe people are the same. Out of loneliness, we want to make someone ours. To paint them just like us, to fill them with things that make us. I don't even know what makes me. How could I possibly paint others like me, even if I don't know what I am? Maybe I'm shallower than a whale. I, who boarded the Pequod just because I wanted to live a life unlike those of others, but just because living a humdrum life was too boring for me. What do I even want? In the dark, there, where the distinction of all things began to blur, I saw a light. A ray of light scattered through an opening. I saw a rope drop from there, a rope lowered from the heavens into this dark, lonely abyss. This rope, I wanted to hold onto this rope and live, because it was right there, right before me. Rope, hold tight. Man, dying in that oil. Now that would have left nothing for nobody to remember. Yeah, I guess I almost died one of the most meaningless deaths in the city. I was born again that day, maybe. The rope I held onto that day was a rope that could never be severed. That rope, it snapped. No, it can. We can make it whole again. We'll tie another knot as long as we can make it to the heart. You'll be free. Once we trapped here, we had to think one thing only, to not become mermaids. Doubting, hesitating, and pale begin to grow on skin. You know, like whale oil. I thought one thing, to meet you again, to go to new adventure with you. I have to escape, have to kill the whale. But to do that, I had to cut the rope. To not become a mermaid. I think that one thought again and again, and suddenly, I buried you, the whale heart, to kill it. I put my heart to sleep. Well, let's go kill it. And then you can think about something else. That's a long-ass bit of story for a fight node. I mean, I'm glad. This canto has been significantly more story than fight, and I appreciate that. Because, Jesus fucking Christ, the last canto was almost unbearable with the amount of combat that they threw at me. This has been a much nicer kind of cadence, I think.
순순히 돌아가기 싫다면 전부 잡아들이죠. 이제 갖고 놀기. 그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군. 전부 잡아드리죠.
A lot of these little guys can't even roll high enough
이제
with a heads roll to meet my tails roll. I'm noticing that, like, even if I fail,
내 뒤.
there are a couple, obviously, but it's a lot of these are like it's not possible for them to win these clashes.
기꺼. 등롱을 밝혀 앞길을 열어라.
이곳이
So, this is the second atrium the captain mentioned. It's the center of the heart once we get past here, huh? Queequeg approached me. Your name, I know. They call you Dante. Yeah, that's my name. They call me Dante. Your words, I can't hear, like whale voices. Like mermaid voices. You bring back dead crew. Well, I guess that's all I do. But not just body death. Heart death, too. Heart? I couldn't help but be confused by what Queequeg said. Unless she's talking about an actual heart. I never had any powers like that. No one ever told me that I did either. You don't make them lose way. Their way. Where they really want to go. You tell them with your clock sound. Dante, something I wish. I want Ishmael to find her way. I mean, that's true. That is kind of Dante's thing. His job has been kind of like mothering the sinners. In, for lack of a better word.
회풍.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
You're too OP, Necro. Did Necro say I'm too OP? I don't know, he's not here right now to tell me that I'm too OP. It's not my fault that I'm too OP. Everybody watch me do the rolls. I've just been playing the video game. The way that the video game has been playing has made me OP. It's something he would say. I don't know, maybe that's why chat is so dead today. People stop watching because I just face roll through all the combat and then complain about face rolling through all the combat. It would track, it makes sense.
주소에 게시할게요.
We just need to get past that abnormality, then we can get to cutting the whale's arteries. Looks like we can cross that sinew like a bridge over there. Queequeg suddenly steps in between us and the bridge. HW, what are you doing? The bridge, made of flimsy veins. This way, original plan. This looks like the way, but no, not the way. Once one person crosses, bridges snap under next. What? Otis was the first to put the pieces together. I get it. You already knew that this path was going to snap. Despite that, you have led us here. That means you were going to cross this bridge and drop all us behind.
Blimey, what I say, there's something iffy about this plan. Oi, is that Looney Captain's orders?
She said, sacrifice necessary. Can't go forward unless someone falls. I wanted to escape. I wanted to escape with Pequod crew.
We just acceptable losses on the way up, just like that?
Yes. Then why did you change your mind? Want to know now. Know what? My way, my path. Who's this bozo? Skin Prophet. Hey, I remember you. You're an abnormality. What the hell? Why does the auto win rate target a single candle? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, interesting. I can't target this? Unclashable. These are all unclashable. That's odd. Okay, so let's figure it out then. Let's kill the candles.
내는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
합봉참.
순순히 보라를 받으시죠.
Maybe it's technically not killing them. Maybe we're lighting them.
귀와 요격. 함수.
Okay, cool. That's 3 out of 4 candles. Oh man, Rodian wasn't able to do enough damage to the 4th candle. Now that they're lit, prioritize targets with marked. So somebody's been marked. Protector stance. Take stack times 10% less damage. Turn, start, gain shield by poise on self, max 20. Turn end, gain 3 poise potency and 1 poise count. This unit's leftmost skill slot gains +5 aggro next turn. Turn end, lose 1 stack. So let's check. All of these are ineffective. If every candle is snuffed and at full HP, gain resistance until all candles are lit again. When all candles are lit, lose resistance. Okay, so we are trying to light up the candles. Okay, so who has the first attack? Otis. Looks like Otis has the first attack. So when we light the candle, that'll do a thing, I guess. Are these clashable? These are clashable. Okay, so we can clash against these bozos now. I'm inclined almost to do like a defense or something, but we're dominating in that clash, neutral in that clash. I need somebody to hit in the back over here and make sure this candle gets cooked this turn. And we're doing the clashes against the candles because we just want to make sure that they don't actually get to like do any damage.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
Time to unpack. How is that candle still fucking alive? We didn't. Okay. Please. Okay. I was gonna say, please tell me you kill that fucking candle. All right. These are clashable now. Okay. Cool. 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 I just want to make sure that Otis's attacks are all going to the actual boss. We should be able to fuck his ass up now. We're getting an AoE this time. Snuffs out all candles next turn upon hitting targets with marked and loses additional... Target loses additional 5% of its max HP. Clash lose, inflict 10 burn. Okay, who are you clashing with over here? This is not... It looks like it's not actually being clashed with. Let me see if I can clash with that. We are not dominating that one. Okay, okay. Let's see about this one here. Can we do that? That's hopeless. And then if we use an ego, it's neutral. So, not that. Who's got a high rolling ego? That's 18 plus 6. Rodian's is 33 minus 18? 15 plus 13? What are we rolling here? Is that an 18, 18? Maybe Rhodians would do. Maybe Rhodians would do the trick. Let's take a look. Not that one. This one. Neutral. So if we roll heads, we're good. If we roll tails, we're not good. What are we looking at here? For Mama Otis, maybe we could do this attack here and then do Mama Otis's. There we go. Now we're dominating. Okay, cool. There we go. That'll do.
잡아드리죠.
Don't let bosses do AoE attacks if you can help it. Choose the character who has the highest, absolute highest chance of succeeding in a heads-up roll and your biggest rolling thing, and we're set. That's 88 damage, is pretty decent. The goal here, I guess, would be to keep the candles lit and keep him from being able to, like, actually do any of his attacks. Alright, so what do we... Oh, we're okay. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter that we won the clash. He relit the candles anyway. Okay. So Mama Otis is definitely gonna ass blast those candles. Yoshin... I'm gonna say you two have probably the lowest chance of successfully deleting one of these candles. But Mama Otis should be able to easily kill
배는 맛은 있는 편이
창고를
좋은데.
펼칠 것도 없게.
a candle by herself.
내 뒤로. 준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가?
The middle remembers. Taking a lot of damage is typically not a good idea. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, like, apparently, this is what Necros told me, that there's apparently builds that it is a good idea to take a lot of damage. I believe it. Just gotta make sure Mama Otis's attacks are going in on the right guy, and then we should be set.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
Fuck the skin prophet up. This is an appropriate place, I think, for the skin prophet to be. Although, like, how did he get here? How did he get here? I think we've snapped him. We're doing bonus damage to him now. Okay, he's staggered. We go for damage. Why is everybody attacking the candle that can't do any damage? Oh, I see. Okay, so we have Mama Otis attack. Wait, why is this candle not lit? This is like the only candle that's not lit. And when the candles aren't lit, then this guy... Oh no, he's taking bonus damage because he's staggered. Fuck it. We're just every attack on the actual boss right now. Yeah, I'm still streaming. I hate this boss. It feels bugged. I don't know why the one of the candles got its like part broken, but yeah, I don't know why, but it's everything's gelling pretty fine so far on this boss. Oh, I think you might have missed it because it was like at the beginning of the stream, but I beat Ricardo. He had to cutscene kill me because he got below like a damage threshold. He was at like 50% HP, and apparently at 50% HP, he just like goes into cutscene mode and insta-jibs your team. Like, it didn't even show any damage. He just, like, did a 1v1 with Ishmael and then, like, power bombed the center of the team, and then we got into a cutscene, and it's like, this is hopeless. I was like, bitch, he was staggered last turn. You encountered it in Mirror Dungeon and it really pisses you off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Candle boss, he seems like whatever. He got bit trying to save Pip. The whale bit him when he tried to save Pip. Shit, why did that oil barrel have to fall on our oarsman? None of it made sense from the start, making that kid row as a replacement. Captain, please tell Pip, is Stub going to die? What did I say? As long as you are my crew, none of you shall die without my explicit permission. And I don't remember giving any of you permission to die just yet. Why is Pip so ripped? The Pequod is on the brink of reaching the pallid whale of hatred. All we need is a good compass that'll lead us to it. This mermaid before us will serve that role better than anything. But Captain, I'm not a mermaid. Whatever that whale devoured will eventually turn into a pallid mermaid. You must know that. Incarcerate this mermaid in a large cistern down by the holds. Its instinct will drive it toward the whale of hatred. Captain, please, no! Starbuck, send down a skiff. What? Now? Aye. A few moments later, I heard a splash of water. All hands in the ship emerged from their stations and gathered around Ahab. And Ahab thundered. Oh, I hear him. Listen well. For it is Stub who speaks. Heed his voice. What the hell is she? All of you, listen well. The voice of the great sailor Stub echoes from across the lake. The great sailor Stub, who so willingly threw his life in danger for the hunt of the whale. I, the great, in our urgency, we had no time to bring him back aboard. Yet he lives. He did not die, though he is overboard, floating on the lake after this fateful battle. He will soon find safety aboard the skiff I have lowered for him. He shouts, oh yes! He bellows for our victory, and he bellows that we must go on, sail forth to victory. What kind of insanity is we sail forth? Queequeg? This voyage will soon meet its victorious end. Then I shall sail to the nearest port, and there he shall await us. The great Stub, with a profound smile, he shall greet us. He will be rightly rewarded, and of course we will all share tales of his long voyage over many sleepless nights. With the profound smile, aye. And there you shall all be as well. We will buy rounds upon rounds of drinks for everyone in the tavern in Stubb's name. Once this voyage is over, everything will come to be. The fuck are you talking about? Once the voyage is over? Once this voyage is over, the whale of hatred is finally in our sights. You'll kill it, right, Captain? Let us answer his calling. We will kill the whale of hatred. We will kill the pallid whale. All aboard, men, all aboard for the hunt for the evil. All aboard on this voyage to hunt the font of all evils of the world, of the city, the hatred evil that the hateful evil that pushes you all to the brink of death. I have to rewatch the stream. Honestly, it was, I was like, holy shit. I was like genuinely kind of upset because we had done, like the team had done so good in taking him down. I was like expecting the fight to take me more time to figure out and more time to deal with, but we did so much damage to him in the first 2 rounds of him being active, and Otis fully, I don't know if Levitine, when she gets the sword up to Levitine level, it comes out and like it changes. She gets like special abilities and shit. She unlocked the sword to that point, and I was using the special abilities, and we did like 480 something damage in a single turn with 1 attack with Otis, and I was like, oh, well, this guy might be fucking dead. All of your struggles, all of your injuries, all of your pains and losses, that very evil sprang forth from that very whale, so we kill it. We'll kill it and watch as the new dawn breaks upon the world that's been mended. Aye! Shout! Bellow! Aye, Captain. Hee. Goodbye, Stub. Let's meet again. Again. And again. Oh, you know what? Pip looked really small, Greed, but now that you mentioned, like, why is Pip so ripped? Straight up, Pip is cut. Like, look at those forearms. Straight up. Pip, Pip. Holy shit. Where is Pip? I want to know. Aye. Yeah, it'll all be over when we kill the pallid whale. When we kill the pallid whale of all evils. Don't worry, everything will be fine in the end. Trust. So all along, we've not only been trapped inside the whale, but also in her palms all along. Pip would crush your hand in a handshake. I think that Pip would be too scared to hurt us to actually crush our hands in a handshake. This has to be the artery Ahab was talking about. Once we cut this thing open, our path to the center of the heart will be open. Cut open the artery. Proceed. It's much tougher than I expected. The artery appeared much sturdier than we had initially assumed. Cutting it open with a single strike won't be an easy task, but if we delay too much here, we won't be able to arrive at the rendezvous area in time. Okay. Let's have 8 to 20 with 4. Yeah, we'll do this one. Boop. Oh no. Oh, we did it. Perfect. Sanguine fluid gushes at a terrible rate. As blood flow from the opening begins to slow, the path begins to open. Let's make our way to the heart. All allies heal for 10 SP. Thumping of the heart. Okay, so we've changed areas without going to a new floor. That's interesting.
거기는 킬존이다. 갖고 놀기. 틀렸다. 그쯤 해줬으니 보장자 한번 벗겨야겠군. 회풍.
She does so much damage, it's insane.
사정없이 몰아칠 텐데.
Ricardo is a wall for a lot of people, but Mama is too strong. It's true. Mama is too strong. Well, I mean, he's straight up like she's not a big sister anymore, is she? Like Otis in this, she's like the nurse father or whatever. She's like higher up in the middle than he would be. So it only makes sense that she'd be able to stomp his goofy ass.
역시 모르네. 배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
그럼 끝이다. 몰아떨굴 수밖에. 8권 차단. 내 뒤.
Yeah, I was wondering after last stream if Ricardo might be one of those fights that you're like scripted to lose, like you're supposed to lose it. Because that coupon's ability, if he uses, like he can use an unlimited number of those. Well, I mean, it's unlimited relatively speaking. If he could use that ability under essentially no conditions, I was a little bit worried that he might be, why not, I guess not worried, but I was willing to test it out to see if it's like, oh, I'll just play it out, and if I die, it might be one of those ones that we're supposed to fail. It turns out that, yeah, technically you're supposed to fail that fight. Is that a wooden crate? The sinners found a haphazardly thrown pile of crates. It can be extrapolated from their appearances that they were to be used as supply crates. Some boxes have the Twin Hook Pirates logo drawn on them. Some of them have the Before Team's logo. This is you can't justify this. This is wrong. This is grammatically incorrect. Some boxes has the Twin Hook Pirates logo. Some boxes has the Before Team. That's it. Grammatically incorrect. Fix your game. Pay me. Fuck you. Give me lunacy. 750 lunacy immediately in my palm, in my hand. Put it in my hand. I'll expect it to be deposited in my account. Project Moon. Post haste. Fix it. He usually just crushes you instant with my coupons. You can still lose if you don't get him to half health. So if you don't get him to half health, you can lose the fight and then not progress. I gotcha. The whale must have swallowed these crates too. 'Tis wise to procure some of them as our provisions. Right, we don't know what'll happen once we get to the heart. Should we take some of them just in case? Sure, why not? The crate appears to be locked. All we can do is try to pick the lock or smash it open. Sloth advance. Mama Otis, lead the way. Ding ding. Rusted hook covered in blood and white membrane. It's probably used to kill mermaids. Should we check the other boxes too?
이래서 몸이 좋으면 머리 굴릴 필요가 없다는 거다.
Maybe a sinner who's used an LCCB identity in the past may know something about this. We could go with this one, which is 4 coins. We'll do this one. Failed. What can we do? There's probably something useful in there, but we don't have any means to break it open. We have no choice but to leave it behind. We decided to move on to the next area. That's honestly kind of ridiculous. That you can't try multiple times. I'm fine with it, whatever. Heathcliff got the Ricardo ID this season. Ugh. Ahab command. I think Heathcliff is probably equally as annoying as Ricardo is, so I think that's pretty appropriate. Ahab's commands led us straight to her singular goal, the heart. We've all been played by the captain from the moment we met her. As the Pequod's crew, sailing for nothing, no one but Ahab herself.
Clothead, you see it too, don't you?
Captain Ahab has the uncanny ability to effortlessly delve deep into one's heart to fish out their deepest wishes, those hidden yet desperate wishes. Everyone bites onto the bait, getting dragged deeper and deeper into the abyss.
What, the bait is sick with the cabin, snared by those sweet words and the tantalizing hope that she dangles right in front of you, not even knowing that you're slowly suffocating. It's your job, Clockhead. Fish her back up. The lash is sinking.
Broke it. Captain's orders. Broke Captain's orders. Can't see sunset again. No, you can. You'll see the sunset again as long as you sail your own path, because we'll get to the heart no matter what. Ah, can you hear that? The distant beating of the heart? The heart beating. It'll take us some time, but let's pay close attention to the heartbeat and feel our way there. Combat.
길이 같으니 거들어주지.
Finally, once this is over, we can get out of here. I guess Ahab's not here yet. Is that an abnormality? Something twitched before us, an entity skewered by numerous fluorescent bars. Get out of my way. Watch out! It's charging! Perhaps it felt threatened when Ishmael grabbed her harpoon. It leaped out of the lake and began rushing towards us. Gun it down. In the streets. Oh hey, I fought you in mirror dungeons before. You just die like a bozo, right? That's what happens. Oh, come on, Ishmael. You're supposed to win that. Chop, chop. 18 damage. Epic.
내 뒤로.
I think that was one of those situations where in that particular fight, it's not possible for, it's not possible for him to lose. Or it is possible, wildly unlikely, but not impossible. What in the hell is going on here? Let me see. Oh, she's paralyzed. Balls. They're all paralyzed. $100 to 136. It's weird how the ID I have is still considered the best, but it didn't care me nearly as much as Mama can. Is it an Otis ID that's considered to be the best? Blind Obsession. This unit's fluorescent part loses 34% of max HP. One hit. Let me see this thing. Blind Obsession. 15 plus 2. Why does it have this ridiculously high 100 to 136 point then? Is it based off of something like poise? Paishu Faust, she's a war crime and should have been nerfed. You do need to actually engage with her mechanic though, otherwise she's normal. I'd be interested to see that that particular Faust. I don't feel like I have a really good Faust ID yet. So even in these cases, it's because Mama's paralyzed. Mama's not able to pull out her best of the best. Paralyzes text is weird. Let me read that again. Fix the power of 1 coin to 0 for this turn. So it only counts for 1 coin, which means that while it does look like she's struggling and it's hopeless for this, she's got 4 coins. Only one of those is going to be like fixed to dog shit. That means the others are gonna probably just do fine. This one over here is the Bugaboo, and I just don't understand why it's 100 to 136. I can't see why that is like that. When taking envy damage, gain 1 bleed count and reduce the effect of the stack by 1. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's happening here. We'll see it go. Yeah, see, like, I was supposed to have lost this because the Paralyze, like, now Paralyze is gone. Everything should be fine. It irritates me that the math is so easy to get, like, it's so easy for the game to get fucking confused and not know what's happening with the math. And it's just like, yeah, you're definitely gonna lose this fight, or yeah, you're definitely gonna win like all the clashes this fight because obviously they're paralyzed. So the paralyze applies to every coin that they play, and you know that means you're gonna win. But then you actually like engage, and you find out that no, it's not that strong, it's not that good, and you've lost. Yeah, like this is. He did not roll a 100 to 150 something. That it just, I don't know. That it just like irritates me. Why is the math so fucking goofy sometimes? And this is a early Kanto, and this is a mirror dungeon boss. Like, somebody got it, I guess. Yeah, who's not here? Rodian, the weakest character I have, got eaten, I guess. And these guys, it's the same deal over here. These guys have paralyzed. Pretty sure that's a damage estimate. When it shows high numbers, that's damage. So I thought the numbers, so I'm looking at the numbers right under where it says dominating 7/7 and 4/4. Obviously he's paralyzed and I'm paralyzed, so that means that one of the coins flips is going to be that way. 100 rolls are only happening in mirror dungeons, or you fucked something up egregiously. Paralyze. Yeah, I mean, like, when you say paralyze, they know that paralyze. I feel like if it's that bad, just take the math off. I'd rather have them just not estimate the math, because that fucks up everything. Turn end, create Flotsam. So we're not targeting Flotsam with anything except for this attack right here this turn. These bits being hopeless is not a great sign. We've only got 2 coin flips for this, and we've got 1 paralysis. It means one of these coin flips is going to be a 0, and the others are going to be slightly higher, but still. That's these 2 first ones, and we're talking about a 14, a 4, and a 15. We're gonna let it roll. We're gonna let it ride. We'd have three coins for this, so we've got a decent chance of actually happening. A paralyze. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, we definitely lost that. Holy shit. Mama Otis just got the ever-loving shit beat out of her. I hate paralyze so much. Where did that flotsam float to? From where and how did it end up here? After so many years, even that flotsam may no longer recall from whence it came, as long as it can be used to stop that abnormality's attack. Who will approach the flotsam? Everybody's low or very low. Unselectable because Ryoshin got eaten. N Corp Sinclair loves Paralyze. I need to restart this fight. this fight is fucked right now. The Paralyze, me clicking win rate with Paralyze has, I think, fucked me. Oof. Oof. Let's just try that again. And just have Ryoshin not lose her clashes. So we've got an AoE attack coming in that's a 14 to 20. Big yikes over there. And it's unopposed. It's not possible to clash with this. Unclashable combat start. Alters the environment. One hit inflicts sinking. And sinking count, inflict sinking. Gain -2 SP, loss efficiency. Okay. We're favored across the board on these attacks. This fight did that to me too in MD, so I rarely fully win rate Abnos. I almost exclusively win rate Abnos. It hasn't really failed me in the past. Okay, good. It's like, come on, Ishii, you can't fail like 15 attacks in a row. You're gonna need to put your shit together, girl. Alright, so now it's done the thing where the environment has changed. What is this special thing? Oh my God, damn it, I can't see what is happening because the icons are hidden. Compulsion. Starts encounter with -25 SP at less than 0 SP at turn start, gain 3 attack power up. Okay. So everybody gets a paralyzed stack for this bit of the fight. And this is the estimated damage here. Right here. So we want to do Mama Otis's second attack. That's hopeless. I wonder if this... I think this is still technically going to be hopeless. And that's because we have like a negative coin, right? But if I... Okay, so just a second. If I do this attack here, that'll be the first attack, right? How does first attack get determined? Because in this case, I don't want to use the orange attack. I want to use the purple attack because it's going to do more damage. But I've got 1, 2, 3 characters all with 5 speed. Is speed determined, like the order determined by check the glow sticks? Okay, so like if I do that and then I do that, if I click on the glow sticks, is order over here determined? I don't know. I don't know how to determine which character I'm gonna do first. I know the flotsam needs to get killed. Can be damaged only with damages equal to 12, higher than 12. All damage under 12 is nullified. After the dream devouring silt current uses blind obsession, and if this unit is not destroyed at turn end, deal 20 damage to a random identity. HP does not drop below 1 upon defeat. Turn into destroyed flotsam. when you clash, it sort of brings them up to your speed. Yeah, no, I understand how that works, right? Like, I understand that if I attack a 3-speed thing with a 5-speed thing, it'll make the 3-speed thing a 5-speed thing because I'm clashing at 5. I'm talking about, like, Otis has two coins. Those 2 coins are both at speed 5. Or 2 attacks. Both attacks are at speed 5. I want my first listed attack to attack second, and my second listed attack to attack first. If I order them in a specific way, is it going to cause me to... If I order them in a specific way, is it going to cause me to determine that order, or am I just fucked for choosing the order that I want things to be in? Feels random? Yeah, it feels random. It was 99 degrees today. I'm going to be 100 till Sunday. Yikes. What's the humidity like where you are right now, Greed? I mean, South Carolina? North Carolina? One of the Carolinas. I think they're pretty humid. It's a 15 plus 2, so I need a 17 to beat it out. That's a 6 plus whatever. A 5 plus whatever. Be at 18 plus 6. We should be able to beat that out with this eco. I want to kill that Flotsam this turn. God damn. You say, can you destroy its tail? You mean do all of my attacks on the tail, having it be untargeted? Or unopposed attacks? No! I didn't clash. Is that attack is not clashable? I guess it's not clashable. I don't know. I thought I was clashing with that attack. Yeah, the tail is doing something. It's pissing me off. That's the tail? The spine looking thing? This Flotsam is cooked. This one down here. This is unclashable target fixed. Targets destroyed Flotsam. Attack and fluorescent part loses 34% of max HP. Okay. So just keep attacking and killing the Flotsam, and then it does damage to itself. Okay. And did Otis get killed? Is that what happened? Yeah, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. Sorry, I'm not... Fuck you, I'm not doing that. I'm like wondering, like, what the hell am I... We're not clashing? I don't understand what is actually happening here. This fight in Mirror Dungeons is always just a joke. He just dies instantly. Yeah, so maybe getting part broken for the tail is the important bit here. I mean, this first turn, right? Like, we can clash. And it is possible to win out on these attacks, but like, do we just take an attack or two? Do we just eat an attack or two? This does paralyze to everybody on the first turn and sinking. Like, he starts the attack by doing... Where are we getting paralyzed from? It's like he starts the... It's so fucking confusing. And I've got to, like, dig into a giant tome of forbidden knowledge in order to figure out what the actual fuck is happening, because there's no combat log. Starting from turn 2, gain 8 poise. This turn, if the fluorescent part isn't broken, gain +3 poise. Count 2... to gain +3 poise. Count. Starting from turn 2, gain 2 paralyze and 2 damage down this turn if fluorescent part is broken. Starting from turn 2, all identities without fluorescent shard are inflicted with 1 bind and 1 paralyze. Identities without fluorescent shard. Okay. Identities without fluorescent shard lose 3 SP. So I get the fluorescent shard by killing the glow sticks. The tail has a passive? When you say the tail, do you mean the fluorescence? Yeah, I'm not able to see any passives on the tail. Blind Obsession. This unit's it says Clash lose. This unit's fluorescent part loses 34% of max HP, and it's a 15 + 2. I guess Ryoshin's attack must have been too low for me to actually get it for me to get the Clash to actually function. I don't know. I guess that's what happened. It's impossible for me to know because, you know, reasons. Fluorescent shard comes from destroy the tail. I think fluorescent shard comes from something else. It didn't tell me that it came from destroying the tail. But it did say if we destroy the tail that it paralyzes it, so it gets 2 paralyze each turn and gets, I think, a poise bonus. But the tail is not going to be, it's not going to be easy to break the tail. I mean, obviously. The fluorescence. That's 300 some odd damage. It's not gonna be, yeah, it's not gonna be easy per se to pop the tail, but we can do that much damage in a couple of turns. With the right attacks, we can do that much damage in a couple of turns. So here comes Blind Obsession. We are clashing with Blind Obsession this time. And that's a 15 + 2. Check. I just want to make sure. This is her I'll gut you like a fish. Why are the numbers so fucking low right now? These are not her usual numbers for I'll gut you like a fish. Skill 2. The 8 is not her normal number for don't let something like this break you. That's not Stamp of Vengeance. 7 is not her normal number. She rolls like 18 on those attacks. It's very confusing. Is it because we're sinking? No, that's sinking as SP damage. We gain bonus speed. We deal bonus damage. I'm so confused as to what is... There's multiple coins? So does each coin increase the... I'm so fucking confused. Do we flip all the coins at the exact same time? Each coin adds +3? Okay, that is super confusing. I did not know that that's how it worked. That's super confusing. Every coin flips, each head flips gives you more numbers. I didn't know that. I thought you flipped the coins one by one. That's so confusing. Okay. Okay. I think I get it now. Alright, so That should be fine. It's counting it's counting this clash with Blind Obsession as hopeless. But if I do like my first clash over here with that one, and then I do the second clash over here, maybe that will be enough. 3 coins here. We are struggling in hopeless with all of these, except for this one. For some reason, we're dominating that. That makes me a teensy bit nervous. It makes me a nervous Nelly. And none of our attacks are going for the flotsam this turn. So that we're making a oh, God fucking damn it! I pressed the win rate button like an idiot. These two going unopposed and unopposed on the tail, and then did I do it was this, and then it was this. This is the other attack that I chose. Oop. All right, that should be fine. Faust hates you. That tracks. Time to unpack. We are unpacking on the fluorescence, and that's a very good thing. A fluorescence is at 135. I don't know if that bit is broken. It's not. That's really bad. So Otis just dies now, right? She's just dead. When Blind Obsession hits, it just seems like it does like a bajillion damage, and you just die. Oh no, it looks like she got staggered, but she's still alive. Oh, she's giga sinking. Okay, so she's lost in the sauce to the ego thing. She's sinking or whatever it is. I have no idea, but it seems to me that this part should be maybe not broken, but like it should be below stagger threshold. It's I don't know. This fight is irritating me. I also don't love that she just Otis instantly decides she's just going to start killing me. It's not very big sisterly of you. Yeah, I don't... Whatever, man. Whatever, man. I don't like losing control of my character. I really don't like that. I don't know what the fucking deal is with this particular bit. Just like I really don't like losing control of my character, but one of the things that just irritates the piss out of me is whenever like the numbers get fucky, so the predictive number, like the actual like prediction for the numbers doesn't make any fucking sense. But I'm inclined to just have everybody attack the I'm just gonna have everybody attack the fluorescence. I'm gonna have everybody attack its asshole at the same time with our heaviest hitting attacks, and just let him hit me with whatever he's gonna hit me with on turn 1. Because turn 1 he doesn't really do a whole lot of damage, I think. We've got 316 HP on the fluorescence to deal as much damage as we can. That's not a lot of damage, guys. You're gonna need to bring it harder than this. Those are rookie numbers. I don't like, what the fuck, guys? You guys need to do more damage than that. That's ridiculous. So yeah, we're sitting here at 15. We've got 4, and then we've got +2. So this is 15. Jesus, tap dancing Christ. 15 plus 8. So this goes up to a 23. It's minus 40. All of his attacks are targeting Otis right now. It's so rude. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. It's just like it's just like how the fuck am I supposed to beat this when we're all sinking? We didn't, for whatever reason, like for what is it? I guess it's for the mirror dungeon that you keep your SP rolls over from fight to fight, but for this your SP doesn't roll over from fight to fight. I guess I have like Rodian just pull off an attack, and I'll have I just Rodian. She's the lowest damage dealer that I have here. I'll just have her pull off an attack and have everybody else just kind of engage with the fight normally and just whatever. As long as Otis doesn't die, we should be able to pull this out. It's just I don't fully understand. I don't fully understand what the shit is happening here on the back end, but that's classic. You're glad that I have to think? Shame on you. Why'd you put that evil on me?
Nature.
Many fights are like this if you don't have a sick team. Makes sense. That's how it's been explained to me, that if you aren't lucky, then a lot of the fights can be incredibly frustrating to deal with. Makes a lot of sense though. Oh, that's not good. That's 220 damage to Rodian. She is cooked. And the tail is using Blind Obsession again. And the Fluorescence is only at 129? Four coins, plus 28. Oh yeah, we're panicking. Love that. We've only got one coin. This 18 plus... Yeah, we're definitely going to lose the first clash, and that means we just lose. And I can't have Ishmael just absorb the attack. I mean, I don't know, like maybe I'm like doing, maybe I'm just like approaching this the wrong way, but I like when somebody from chat, Putty this case, when someone from chat is like, yeah, look at this particular thing. I'm like looking now, and I'm like, wait a second, am I just like focusing on the wrong thing right now? Because like trying to break the tail seems like the losses I'm gonna take in the process of trying to break the tail are gonna be so vast that it's probably gonna cost me more than it's worth. This fight just sucks unless you're a negative coin ID. Shit. Reading his gameplay. Who will approach the flotsam? I guess you can try. We did it. This ended up leaving several sharp edges on the flotsam. If something were to charge into this flotsam, it would be impaled, unable to progress further. Flotsam loses 30 HP. Ishmael gains 1 attack power up. Okay. The fluorescence is very low right now. I need you to break that fucking tail, please. Oh, we did it. Tail's broken.
내 뒤.
Wait, the tail's broken. How are you using blind obsession? Alright, well, she's dead.
이대의 복수를 다 이루지 마.
I guess we're stunned or staggered or something, so we just didn't get to take a turn. Okay. I guess that's that, right? So yeah, we can break the tail, but no. Look at this particular thing, pants grab. I think Greed's got the right of it. Alright, so yeah, no, that's... clash against everything, but put your strongest against the tail doesn't help, Putty, because I am obviously I'm using the strongest things that I have against the tail, but with Paralyze, this boss doesn't have a blind obsession with his tail. He's not chat spamming pants grab jokes off cooldown. I think maybe breaking the Flotsam is like the thing that I'm supposed to be doing here. I think like clashing as best as I can, and then doing like I did a defensive ability before with the Flotsam, with like the thing that was, I don't know, not the Flotsam. That's not the word I wanted to use. I used a defensive ability with Hong Lu against Blind Obsession, and it kept Hong Lu from dying. And I think that's probably the strategy here, is to clash and win as many clashes as I possibly can, but then when push comes to shove, or at the end of the day, or whatever you want to say, like, I need to make sure that the Flotsam is dead because it eats one of his attacks. Like, he's using Blind Obsession. Whoever counters it needs to be doing so. It's 15 plus 2? My god. At 6 plus sum of envy, a reason, you Stamp of Vengeance or complete and total extermination as counter activates from leftmost skill slot. Activates 2 times per turn. Gain 30% of missing HP as shield once per turn. Okay. What's his counter ability? One use at 6 plus poise. You don't have 6 plus poise. Clash power plus 2, gain one use, gain 5 poise. So we gain 5 poise when using this. Unbreakable coin, inflict trust Hong Lu, one hit without cracking, and it's got a 42 shield. That's gonna. I think that's what I used before, and we lose. Obviously, we lose the clash, but we do block a decent amount of damage from this, and I think that's gonna be the play here. And this is going to create Flotsam. And we need to kill this Flotsam. We've got 2 loose attacks here. That's hopeless. But that should fix it, and we should be able to do that just fine. And then this other loose attack. Okay, I think that's about as good as my play is gonna get. You started over? Everybody died, Putty. What do you mean you started over? Everybody died. I can't see the number. I want to know how much damage I just did. Or how much damage he just did to me. Because Hong Lu obviously lost that clash, but... yeah. That's not an excuse to start over lock in. Sorry, I apologize. Alright, I don't know what the fuck happened there. Obviously Hong Lu is panicked and staggered and in just like in the worst possible way, but like, I don't know why we didn't kill the Flotsam. That doesn't... Like 3 people were attacking the Flotsam, guys. What are you doing? Alright, Mama Otis is the only one who can actually do this. So we've got Stamp of Vengeance. That's probably got the best chance of beating out Blind Obsession. Yeah, I don't love that. That massive 15 base is just insane. What are the actual numbers on Stamp of Vengeance? 4 plus 3 and 4 coins, which would give me at my best possible roll, which is not going to happen, would give me a 16, which doesn't beat, like, I lose against, they, like, that can't beat that skill. It just can't beat it. This one, however, at 6 plus sum of envy reason, use Stamp of Vengeance or complete and total extermination as counter, and gain 30% of missing HP. Okay, so we're gonna counter with that, and we'll use Stamp of Vengeance on something else. Alright, and then we, like, I have to block these attacks. I have to, like, defend myself against this bitch. But, like, right here, she's not going to be able to do enough damage, so Ryoshu is probably better off just blocking here. Lack of combat log is major grievance. If all the sinners die, you should get a level 1 Dante who can throw hands on the animal. In my expert opinion, it sounds like if you don't lose clashes, you should be fine. So this fight, it's crazy that this fight is more complicated than Ricardo. You had more trouble with Ricardo than this guy? Yeah, I mean this fight is I don't know. This fight is goofy. The only thing that's been able to work for me up until this point has been doing some kind of a block to defend against the damage that he's doing. And because because Hong Lu is knocked out for this turn, I don't have the ability to just ignore him and attack the Flotsam. I want to just attack the Flotsam, and I think I'm gonna do that anyway. And we're gonna let wait a second. We do have an extra attack. Projected damage 12. It's not a lot. And that's hopeless. So we can go to defend. Alright, let's see how this rolls. Yes! Unpack on the Flotsam, please! Perfect. Where did that Flotsam float from? Where are my testicles, Summer? They were here and now they're gone. Where have they gone?
받은 만큼 했을 뿐이다.
Okay, so now he's doing a thing to attack Wayward Blind Obsession. So he's targeting the Flotsam with his tail now, and that means he doesn't do... Okay, that's the trick to this fight. The trick to this fight is kill the Flotsam. And if you kill the Flotsam, he is a joke. A fucking baby bitch joke. So, we did it. We did it. We solved the game. We solved the video game. that's a 4. I'm gonna need somebody who rolled higher to intercept that. Hong Lu? Can you do it? Can you do it, buddy? Can you do it, son? That's neutral. Okay, that's better. That's better than what we had before. And this is hopeless with a +0, but whenever we actually see what we'll get to roll, I think we'll have a higher chance of winning.
내 뒤.
Yeah, unpack on that flotsam, girl. Fucking destroy it. It's cooked. So then it just hurt itself. Like, it did a bunch of damage to its tail by attacking that. She has so few coins. Alright, so that staggered her. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, we do have, like, her 2 best attacks this turn, so that's fun. We do need to make sure that this flotsam is dead, though. But I think, this is the body, and these 2 are the fluorescents, so as long as we do some attacks on the fluorescents, we should be fine. These are both struggling. But that's just because we have technically a +0. So we're gonna have both of these attacks hit the tail, and that should just giga kill the tail. I think... Oh, Ryoshu's got her single bullshit pierce attack that is no good at all. Hong Lu not doing too much damage to this flotsam. I'm kind of feeling like it would probably be best if I just let everybody hit the flotsam and then us just tank the damage. But all of these attacks are probably not going to do enough damage. So we'll block with Ryoshu there. Who are we missing? Oh, your girl over here didn't do anything, did she? Alright, we just need to make sure that the flotsam dies. Ricardo felt impossible for me. He's weak to envy and blunt, so... Yeah. You should send me my VOD of this dungeon after. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see the VOD of your dungeon when I'm done with this one. Holy shit. Otis, 300 damage. Yeah, as soon as I started engaging with the actual mechanics in the game and stopped trying to, like, just beat out the, like, I don't know, just like... As soon as I stopped trying to cheese this fight, everything got easier. No, shit! What the fuck did I just do? Okay, I think we won anyway. Yeah, god damn. I clicked the win rate and the damage button and I was like, oh no, that's not right. So I was gonna click the damage button again, but then it initiated the fight. Holy shit, it's almost 1 p.m. I have to get off. You're doing much better than I expected. Hey, you, don't tell me you've just been twiddling your thumbs watching us fight. I would have just gotten in your way. It appeared that Ahab lost most of her crew on the way here. Of course she did. Rest of crew not here. Only 5 now. Why? You dare question me now, eh? Your present company must have rubbed off on you. I have enough men left. The rest were disposable. They must have left you quite the impression, Queequeg. Say it. Why? Before I do, Queequeg, where is your greeting for your captain, for your surviving compatriots, especially when the heart presents itself before us? We are this close to killing the whale. Pip hates mermaids. Well, want to, now. Want to get out of here. But the pail keeps trying to eat Pip. This, it won't come off. The palletification is progressing the closer we get to the heart. It's starting to get rather bothersome. The palletification effect was intensifying indeed, but you, all of you, are somehow completely unaffected. And this ticking sound, it's been getting on my nerves. Ahab strode towards me. Tell me, what will I find in your clock head? Ahab looks into my head, and I, in turn, raise my head to return her gaze. This is Ahab's journey through the pancreas. Plays right before my eyes. Captain, you said you won't let me be a mermaid. Well then, this is not the right method indeed. Huh? No, don't cut that. Everyone behind you will... Captain, that was Pip. Pip cut the vein. Wonderful. Imagine how overjoyed Stub would be, were he to witness your exploits. Think he's watching over Pip? Can we kill the hateful whale? Captain, what did you just... I kicked the lad in there. Looks like that wasn't the right path. You dare beg for your life? Captain, that's not it. It's... With every moment, every second we waste, the end of days grows near. Every beating of that pallid whale's heart is a bell tolling for the end of the world. We can stop the apocalypse with our own two hands. Yet you kneel here and dare to grovel for your life. You mean to make your crew's sacrifices to have been for naught? Unbelievable. No. No, Captain! I can die. For this cause I will. Nay, not death. I have never and will never order my men to their deaths. I send them to greatness, not death. trying to cheese mechanics when most of them have the fuck you die mechanic. True. Okay. I have to get off. It's like almost 1 o'clock. I have sessions starting at 2, and I have to eat something, and my partner needs some body work. So I will need to hop off now. But Monday, we'll have to continue this story on Monday. I was hoping to, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I was hoping to be done with this dungeon by the end of stream today. No shot. Anyway, I'll finish my dailies later. You guys have an awesome night. Thanks for hanging out and playing games. Aw, thanks, Greed. Orange sticker de arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for cheering for me. I love you, nerds. I'll see you, beautiful people. I'll see most of you guys later. You know, just when we play games together, when we hang out. But until then, sweetest of dreams and pleasure upon your heart, your soul, and your life. Bye.